Welcome to Midwest Championship Series Week 7. I am Joseph the Voice, hanging out with Red Flame. How are you doing today?
Good, I'm doing wonderful. I'm excited to see our matchup of the Maulers versus the Miracles today.
Absolutely, and it is a matchup to see. We have Bloomington Maulers 5-6, Jason Wolf, Flash DA, and Ryuji, who today will be subbed out for Shalonkers. And then on the other side, Minneapolis Miracles 6-5. We have Bloodat, Jtron, and Flamethrower. Now, Red Flame, is there any particular player that stands out to you today in this series that you're kind of looking to make some big plays?
Probably gonna have to be Jtron because he's the youngest and he's on a pretty good team.
Absolutely, and we'll see if Jtron, I believe if we looked it up, there were 16. So this league is consistent of a wide variety range of contenders from 15 years old, I believe, all the way up. I think we have 32 years old, I think, is one of our older competitors. I'm not 100% certain if there's anybody older than that currently on the ballot, but we have a range of competitors, and being one of the youngest, definitely looking to stand out and make some noise for yourself. So we'll see if Jtron can do just that today with the Minneapolis Miracles. And all I know is I'm excited regardless because I love to watch Rocket League. I love being here on Friday nights, and I love to tune in on the action. We have a lot of games ready coming your ways. If you're looking now, we have the Maulers against Miracles. Then we have Hibbing Rangers going up against St. Cloud Flyers. We have the Inferno going up against Superiors, and the Lumberjacks taking on the Rhythm. Myself and Red Flame will be taking on the first two series of the night. And then I believe Stewie and Ari will be taking on the last two series of the night as casters. And it will be a series, well, a bunch of series that you'll just want to hang out and watch. And it looks like we have all of our players ready to go here in this series, all ready up in their parties. I think we're just about ready to go. So they are now getting on the field. Let's see. Now, as we get this started, Red Flame, between Bloomington Maulers and the Minneapolis Miracles, how do you think this series is going to break down for you today?
I'm thinking it's gonna go definitely 3-2, but I'm gonna say it's gonna go more towards the Bloomington Maulers this time.
The 3-2 in favor of the Bloomington Maulers. Interesting. I am actually thinking a 3-1 in favor of the Minneapolis Miracles. I think they're going to continue to hold on, push through. I think Jtron is going to shine tonight, and we're going to see some big plays. Not to mention, I heard Bloodat was stunting out there with some Wario, so I had to throw on some Wario of my own. You know, spread a little bit of that Wisco love, as a, you know, Stewie always likes to give me crap for it, but, you know, we love to bring that Wisco love in here. That's what that W stands for, you know?
As we get into the game, the first game of the first series, we see both Bloomington and Minneapolis. Oh, and we just get Clash to score a goal on Orange.
And just as you said the Bloomington Maulers names, they put one in the back of net. It's almost like it was like a shout to call action right there. You shouted, they responded right away, and they put it in the back of net. And now the Maulers are up. It's a pretty even-paced game to start it out. Nobody was honestly pushing too aggressive. Everyone was kind of pacing themselves out to start it. But Clash Day was able to put it in the back of net. Maulers up, and now let's see if the Miracles can come right back as Flamethrower puts it down to Jtron, puts it back up, and Bloodat right down. What a team play!
Now it's looking like it's going to be a tie game, 1-1 with 3:45 left on the clock. Still enough time to go in a high-scoring game, but let's get into the kickoff with an even-tied game.
3:41 on the clock. Both these teams even slate right now, both giving everything they got. A beautiful boom downfield. Jason Wolf almost clears it right into net. My goodness, that wouldn't have been something you want to see at this point in the matchup. Really dominates your confidence, and it can really put you in a hole early, but good thing he was able to get it away. Clash J putting it downfield, Flamethrower grabbing it at midfield, putting it near goal, and Shalockers clears it from center goal. There's a lot happening in front of that blue goal right now, but the Miracles have not been able to put it in net. Surprisingly, they only have one more shot on net than the Maulers right now.
Going downfield towards the Mauler side, it gets cleared, and now it's going back towards their side by, looks like Jatron. Now, Jatron and Clash trying to get it back, but Clash just brings it up into the Miracle side as Jason Wolf pushes it up, and it gets cleared back by, Vlada. Now, they're fighting over it back in the Mauler side, both doing good. Now it's going towards Jason Wolf, gets almost towards goal. Clash almost gets it in, but misses. Jatron misses the clear. Jason Wolf gets it towards corner, almost gets it in goal, and another clear by Jatron.
There's a lot happening, a lot of back and forth action right now, but you need a 1-2 punch to land, and there it is. The one by Shalockers and the 2 down by Jason Wolf. What a beautiful team play. Hey, they said, Miracles, we saw what you can do, but we're going to do it just a little bit better, and now we're on top. Come at me, bro. Come at me.
Definitely going for it. Jason Wolf gets it almost in a little bit right of goal, going into the corner. Looks like Vlada is carrying it out, going back into the opposing corner of the Maulers. As Jason is in a weird spot, he has to fit flat, but Clash ends up getting it up to Vlada, which hits it a little bit high and on that corner. Flying up, Splana, Trolokers, forgive me if I pronounce that wrong, clears it, and now Vlada and Jason Wolf try to get it cleared. Jason Wolf keeps it in the Miracle side, and now he's fighting over Vlada for it still.
And right now, Shalonkers stopping at midfield. A nice touch there by the Miracles. And Jatron tries to put it on. Flamethrower grabs it and puts it in back. And that, another team play. Vlada trying to get the goal there. Jatron comes up, gets it off that corner, and Flamethrower cleans it up.
What a wonderful goal by the Maulers. Now, my bad, not Maulers. The Miracles now going into another tied game with 1:11 left on the clock. Now going straight towards the Miracles side, we can see it go high with Clash and Vlada, but Schlackers gets it up to Jason Wolf, which keeps it up and in the Mauler's side, but Flamethrower tries to get up and gets it, but gets bumped out of the way.
And there is another goal by the Maulers, and guess what? We have a team hat trick. Every player finding it and putting it in the back of net. And I just want to point out the goal prior to this was in fact a palindrome goal. I know nobody else cares, but I like to call them out. Stewie likes to call just random stuff on, calls them palindrome, so we call those Stewie drums. That was in fact a palindrome, and now the Maulers are back on top. 43 seconds, they're going to keep pushing.
Yeah, now staying in the Mauler side for quite a bit. It gets cleared by Jason Wolf, and Clash comes up with the back. Jason goes up and scores for a double team by Jason and Clash.
These are some beautiful team plays coming out. Jason Wolf is looking really good up top, finding the ball consistently and getting it back down on net. With 31 seconds remaining, gave a little bit more comfortability. And now let's see if they can hold on tight, or will the Miracles find a way to push back? And there's an opportunity. Jason Wolf gets it and stops Vlada in his tracks.
Going from the corner of the Maulers over to Mueller's goals. It gets cleared by Vlada. Blankers tries to up and clears it, misses, but then he gets a second actual clear. Jatron hits it off the wall to try to clear it. Then Vlad almost gets it in, and Jason Wolf actually gets it in.
And not only did the Maulers have a team hat trick, but Jason Wolf says, hey, I want a hat trick of my own. 3 goals on 4 shots. This team is looking pretty good right now. The Maulers are looking pretty mighty right now. They brought out their claws and they're just starting to sharpen them right now. Let's see if they can continue to hold off the Miracles or what will happen here in this next match.
Been good for my prediction so far. Maulers are up 1-0 going into the second game. Very good scores by all of them, working really well together.
Yeah, notice you took a play out of my book. You really talked up the other team going into this particular match of this series, and then you went the opposite in your choosing. I like that. Sometimes you gotta keep them guessing. You never want the fans to just think that they know what you're gonna guess on a regular basis. You want to keep them on the tip of their toes. So right now you are looking pretty good with the Maulers starting to claw their way towards the front of the pack. But will they hold on, or like I said, will the Miracles find a way to come back? Because this is a good squad. They put a lot of shots on goal. They had 8 shots on goal, just like the Maulers, but they just couldn't get them in net.
Yep. As we go into game 2, we're going to see an interesting game 2. Miracles are probably going to want to take a tie and try to get a lead, but the Maulers might not let that go. They're down by 1 win so far in standings, 5-6 to 6-5. But let's just see if they can get that one that they need. They'll get the series.
I mean, at this point, it does look like the Bloomington Maulers are looking to even out that stat line and bring things a little bit closer in this league. The Miracles coming out looking a little fancy. They're trying to get some going early up top. Cleared away once again by the Maulers. Flamethrower tries to get a shot cleared away by Clash now, and he continues with the shot downfield. Jason Wolf tries to get a light touch on it. Laudat just grabbing it, flicks it away from the corner. Jason there again, puts it in front of goal, and Flamethrower once again just trying to find a way to get it away from the front of their goal as the Maulers have just continued to compound there near the 50 on forward.
Yep, now going back into the Maulers area, we see someone go up to clear it, and now going back, Jason Wolf misses the clear, but then looks like Sloggers gets the clear. Now, Jatron gets a very good shot. Almost sets it up, but it goes a little too high. Now we see his Flamethrower goes high to go for it. Staying in the Mauler's side. Wonder if they can get it.
Flamethrower tries to get one right past Clash DA, but he grabs it up. A nice drive to downfield. A little bit of miscommunication there with Shalonkers. Clash DA, there it is! Finds it, gets it, makes it happen, and now the Maulers are up once again, taking that momentum and pushing it forward here in the game 2.
Yep, let's get ready for second round.
Let's see what happens here as the Miracles get a favorable kickoff. Flamethrower gets a nice little touch. Bloodhead is up and down. And time barely even ticks. Time almost stood still there, and Bloodhead brings it back ever so quickly.
Yep, going into the second game, looks like they wanted to tie it up. They got it tied up, and now we're going to see tied up goal with a little over 3 minutes left.
Clash DA hits it downfield. Bloodhead's there, kicks it away. Now Jatron is up top, tries to get it clear there, misses it. Jason Wolf grabs it, kicks it across, and gets a shot on goal. Bloodhead once again with a beautiful save. Shalonkers now trying to get a play of his own developed. Jason Wolf gets a nice shot near goal, but just high. Clash continuing to just put the onslaught and gets it in front of goal, and they cannot clear it away. All right. As Flamethrower gets another favorable kickoff, Jason Wolf sees that, stays back, grabs hold, gets a nice boom downfield. Shalonkers now trying to get something going here to keep everything moving forward, keep that momentum, just keep on shoving it at the Miracles and seeing if it sticks right now, because they are looking pretty good. The Maulers have stuck their claws in, and they are just continuing to hold on to 1:33 on the clock. J-Tron up top, trying to find a way to just slow down this Mauler's offense as they have 4 shots on goal, all from Clash DA. Was able to get both in the back of net. Blodad has 3 shots on goal. Flamethrower has 3 shots on goal for the Miracle. And now Flamethrower puts 1 in back of net. Actually, 4 shots on goal. Now, as we were talking about the shot line, Flamethrower heard his name and made something happen. It is now tied 2-2, 2:18 on the clock. Now it's in the back corner. Jason Wolf just kind of holding on steady at the moment. It's a nice little toss-up. Gets it past 2. J-Tron is there. Says, not in my house. You're not getting that one past me. Clash DA with a nice little bump up. It gets hit by the defender. Now the ball's boomed in the far corner. Shalonkers trying to clear it away. It's awkward. Blodhead's there. And now puts the Miracles up top with 1:51 on the clock. There's a lot happening in this game too right now, as the Maulers are starting to slow down a bit. They have unintentionally, they've been declawed here in this game. They said, you're not going to stick those claws in me. If anything, we're going to rip them out. We're just going to hold you off right now because we do not want you guys to get an inch on us. And so far, you guys got the lead, but you're not going to hold on to it. Now the Maulers trying to get some going, looking to try to tie it up. There's a lot of back and forth happening here. Shalonkers gets in the face of Blodad. Jason Wolf gets it cleared to the side while Flamethrower's there, puts it in front of his teammate J-Tron, goes for the double tap, and the demo by Flamethrower, but they can't get it in net. That is unfortunate. Nice demo there by Blodad on Jason Wolf. Now J-Tron just maintaining control. Blodad puts it up, tries to get it in front of goal, and it works out for him. And Blodad has a hat trick of his own now. And
Wonderful
a savior. And a savior, I just want to add. All right.
Going into the kickoff, it looks like it goes straight for the Mauler's goal. Gets cleared. Then now it's going, almost in, scored almost right away by Blodad.
A good shot there. Is, like I said, the Miracles are really just doing a great job turning around the stat line. Blodad has really turned it up. I'm guessing he's turned on his inner Wario and he just wants to cause some havoc right now. And I am all for that. I love me some Wario action.
As in the games, Wario is kind of good, but he's also kind of evil at the same time. Let's see if they can keep this 3-score lead, but it looks like they might be able to. And going into the Miracles side, it seems like Swankers is bringing it up to the roof, wants to keep it there, sets it in front of goal, gets cleared. Jason Wolf sets it up, but Blodad is up there to clears it towards the Mauler side with 3 seconds left, and it almost goes in, but gets cleared and cleared out of the way for a game in favor of the Miracles.
And as we hit 0, the Miracles do in fact bring it back. And once again, that stat line you were talking about, of it going the distance, looking like it will. Right now, I said 3-1 in favor of the Miracles, but right now, the Maulers are looking pretty good. But in that second game, they just weren't good enough to hold off the Miracles in that one, as the Miracles had 10 shots on goal, able to land 5 of them, so they shot 50% there in game 2. Then on the flip side, you had 8 shots on goal, only able to land 2 of them. So 25% shots on goal. So, I mean, right now the Miracles really just got to continue to hold on if they want to win this one, because both of them are going back and forth. It's not like one team, to me, is wholesomely just better than the other right now. I feel like each one of these teams have just been able to figure each other out in each game so far. but I almost feel like it's going to flip back in favor of the Maulers here in game 3. But we'll see what happens. There's a lot of tendency where you get a little too comfortable and things don't continue to pay off in your favor. And we'll see how that plays out here. Will Bladat continue to be able to hold on and push forward for the Miracles? Because he did great there in game 2. He was, capitalized on all the opportunities that he needed to. So we'll see if he can continue to do that here in game 3 now, as it is now 1-1 in this matchup.
Certainly, let's go. As we see all the players join the field, the countdown has begun, and they both go for the ball, and looks like the Maulers are going to win kickoff, but Bladat almost gets it back from the side. Schlonkers gets it in with Clash, getting it right towards home, but Flamethrower clears it, Schlonkers clears it back, and Clash goes up, almost gets the goal, hits it up again, but Bladat clears it before he can get it in.
I'm telling you, Bladat is on another level right now, defensively, offensively. He is making a little bit of everything happen, and we'll see if he can continue to do that moving forward as Flamethrower keeps it on the Mauler side. Bladat's there, but it gets kicked right over his head. Clash J keeps it going downfield, tries to get a setup. Schlonkers is there. Bladat pushes downfield for J-Tron, who barely misses it. Tries to extend it, but just cannot reach it on that one. Jason Wolf looking for the clear. Flamethrower gets the pick. Just off the back wall and cleared away by Schlonkers.
Jason Wolf bringing it downfield before he gets demoed by Bladat. Now it's going back to the Mauler's side. Schlonkers gets a clear, but Flamethrower is there, staying in that corner. Flamethrower hits it over and above goal. Bladat stops it from going. Looks like J-Tron tries to get it back, but Clash is there to try to get it over. I'm going towards mid over to the Miracle side. We see J-Tron and Jason Wolf trying to fight over it, but now it's going back towards the same corner for the Maulers. Bladat gets it up above goal, but Jason Wolf is there for a clear.
Jason Wolf tries to get a nice boom downfield on goal. Flamethrower is there to stop it. Bladat on the sidewall gets a shot on goal. Clash DA gets the save. Now Jason Wolf tries to put it to midfield. Bladat grabbed hold, tries to shove it back. Clash DA now tries to put it to the sidewall. Gets some nice little dribble action going. Gets it past one. Puts it up for Jason, who is met by J-Tron up top.
Now going into staying in the Miracle side, we see Schlonkers and Jason Wolf try to get it past J-Tron, but they just can't quite get it there. Schlonkers going back to try to get it up, but Flamethrower is up there, gets a good bump, and Bladat gets it over into the Mauler's side. With Jason Wolf following up, bringing it downfield, gets demoed again by Bladat. Clash then demoing Flamethrower, going into the Miracle side, gets cleared back almost instantly. Clash gets it back to the Mauler, gets cleared back into Mauler's side, up almost into goal, but Schlonker gets a good save.
Schlonkers tries to push it downfield. Jason Wolf now grabbing hold, tries to continue it. Unfortunately, Bladat meets him and slows down their rhythm. A nice demo there, but it's not enough. Or is it, as Jason Wolf clears it up and gets the shot and back in net. And now the Maulers are back up on top. Let's see if they can hold on with 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining, or what will happen.
Yep, as we see the score hitting 1, they're ahead of the game. It looks like the Miracles might want to get that back, but in 2 minutes we might see if that's good, because that last goal took about 3 minutes to score. And now going into the Miracle side, it looks like Jason Wolf scores another one.
It looks like somebody pulled the ripcord because he is just getting started. Jason Wolf once again up top and down.
Wonderful score by Jason, now by a 2 lead with 1:51 left on the clock. Gets kickoff almost in favor of the Maulers, but Bladat gets it up and bounces off the wall for a double tap into goal.
Well, good morning to you too, Bladat. Looks like you are starting to wake up here a little bit with 1:47 left on the clock, finding a goal there here in game 3. Well, it seems like we got to have Flamethrower wake up too right now, because the Miracles need one of their own to push back and at least tie it up, let alone win it here in game 3 as they are down.
Yep, staying on the Miracle side, they clear towards mid, but Clash DA gets it almost in goal, gets a shot on goal. Then looks like Schlonkers gets a shot on goal, but then Jason Wolf is the one to score it for the third shot on goal.
Jason Wolf with another hat trick. This guy is looking impressive. His second hat trick of the series. And this guy turns on. He is hard to stop. Like I said, somebody pulled the ripcord and he is just getting started. Because this match, there's still a lot of games left to be played. If they win this, it will be 2-1 in favor of the Maulers. We'll see what happens with 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining. Jason once again trying to get something going there. Sets it up for his teammate. Schlonkers gets a shot on goal. Blodad clears it away.
Staying in the Miracle side, just as I say that, Bloodeye gets it cleared, but then Clash DA gets it over there. Jatron tries to get it cleared, but Flamethrower gets it up to Jason Wolf, which is kind of in a risky spot near goal. Clash almost gets to clear. Jatron is there to try to keep it there, but Schlonkers and Clash both get it out, and now they're bringing it towards goal. Nice, almost a hat trick by Schlonkers and Clash, but Schlonkers brings it up. But looks like he's getting bumped out of the way, and then Flamethrower is getting it cleared.
Now it gets put into midfield. A lot happening there at midfield right now, but somebody's got to break away. But who will it be? The Miracles looking for something right now. I just don't think they're going to be able to string it together here with such little amount of time remaining here in Game 3. It's looking like the Maulers are going to take it, as Jason Wolf did a great job getting a hat trick. Every single one was set up by Schlonkers. And Clash DA just put on that defensive wall right now. Everyone on the Maulers has gotten involved, whereas on the Miracles in Game 3, it took Flamethrower a little bit to get going. It seemed like his flame was stunted there for the beginning portion of the matchup. Let's see if they can put it on full blast here. Get that Elon Musk style flamethrower going right now and really cause some havoc.
Yep, looks like it's going to be 2-1 Maulers going into the fourth game. Seeing if the Miracles really want it, they might tie it up and bring it to the fifth game, but that's all up to their confidence. See if they're confident enough to get really active and try to get those goals, might be able to tie it up in the fourth game.
Funny that you talk about confidence, especially when, as you know, this week that was a huge topic in our esports class, was talking about the idealism of confidence, understanding that if you are confident enough to step into a role, if you're confident to play your part, if you're confident to trust those around you that have been assigned their roles, that you can get that outcome that you are looking for. And that is exactly what we saw there with the Miracles there in Game 3. Can they continue to hold on to that confidence and push through? Because they definitely were showing some breaks for the Miracles. There were some cracks in their armor. The Maulers are just finding the opportunities where they need to and seizing them, as Jason Wolf had his second hat trick of this series. Right now, they're putting a little pressure on. A double commit there by the Maulers. Haven't seen too much of that. Jason Wolf trying to get it near the front of net. J-Tron now clearing it away.
Yep, going past midfield, going into the Maulers corners, my bad. Flamethrower gets a shot on goal, but Clash is there to clear it into Bloodad, which brings it to goal, but then Schlonkers is there to get it clear. Clash is hitting it up. Maulers is there to catch it, but Schlonkers is going up into the corner to get it back onto the Mauler slide. Hits it to Jason Wolf, which hits it back to Schlonkers, but then it gets stolen and brought right back down to the Mauler side.
Say that 10 times fast, Schlonkers. Like, I don't think you can say it really easily without just completely slurring your mouth. I'm telling you, that's an interesting name, I tell you. Gotta love it. J-Tron puts it up and away from net, but it's still there. Clash finds it and puts it home. Schlonkers has been doing a great job throughout the entirety of this series, getting the ball to his teammates. One of the best assist leaders probably out there currently, without a doubt. If they're not near the top of that leaderboard, I'm going to be surprised, because they are killing it right now with assists in this matchup.
And J-Tron with basically a kickoff goal left wide open by the Maulers. They all committed And they might have overcommitted because, as we see there, the Miracles just tied it up 1-1. 3 minutes and 34 seconds left going into round 4.
We'll see what happens. Both of these teams have been looking pretty good. Mahler's been looking a little bit better, though, I think, and we'll see, can they take this home and seal it before it gets to a Game 5, or will the Miracles find a way to push back and give themselves a little bit more breathing room? We'll see what happens. Jason Wolf tries to get something in front of goal, gets just sent away there by the defender. Vladat tries to get something there. Shalankers now meets him in the corner. These teammates are just trying to get into each other, but the defenders are not having it. Now we're seeing a bunch of demos happening across the field, trying to clear their way. Another demo, but unfortunately, they just cannot get it in the back of net. My goodness.
Staying in the Mahler side, looks like Clash has tried to clear, but gets cleared right back by Jatron into Jason Wolf. Goes in the corner right where Flamethrower is, but Schlonkers gets it up, but Bloodad steals it, and now it's in midfield to Clash. To Jason Wolf, but stole by Jatron. Now, Clash hits it to Bloodad, which clears it on into Schlonkers. Gets it up almost to Jason Wolf, gets it up, then tries to get a good aerial, but gets cleared. Now Schlonkers going in for the high goal, but gets cleared by Bloodad. Towards midfield to Jason Wolf, which sends it over Jatron.
And Bloodad just kind of running around in the corner right now. He looks a little lost there, but he's able to get that defend and slow it down. If you're in chat right now, are you rooting for the Bloomington Maulers or the Minneapolis Miracles? Right now, the Maulers up top 2-1 in this best of 5, looking to try to seal the deal here in Game 4. But who are you rooting for out there in Twitchland?
Personally, I'm rooting for the Maulers, but right now it's 2-1 Maulers. They're keeping it good, but it's a good fight so far by the Miracles in the 4th game. They're bringing it over to each other's goal, back and forth. Good defense, good offense. None of them can quite land goals. It's 1-1. And ooh, just as I said that, they almost get a goal, but Mahler's defense is good and gets it out almost right away.
And you know what? A lot of what you said made a lot of sense, you know? On paper, you know, it looks great. It sounds fantastic. But I am looking for a miracle. I want a Game 5. I want to see the Miracles find a way to punch in the back of net. I think there's still a potential opportunity of an overtime here. I think that they both might hold it, and it's just going to come down to what team is best in overtime in Game 4 or not. Oh my goodness, that was close.
Yep, overtime definitely still possible. 1-1 with 30 seconds, but it's sitting in the Miracle side with the dangerous Jason Wolf right there. But he doesn't quite set it in goal, and it's still on Mahler's side, the Miracle side, and can't quite seem to get it out. Clash misses the shot to goal. Now it's getting cleared to midfield, but Jason is there to get it back into the Miracle side.
All right, I was told by Stewie that I would be fired if I didn't. I'm just joking. He didn't say that. But we're going to do it. Here it comes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now in overtime here in Game 4. Who will come out on top? It is yet to be seen as the Maulers have continued to fight their way forward, looking to get some going now, trying to string some along. It is still in front of that as Flamethrower tries to clear it away, and Jason Wolf brings it home. He does it once again. Jason Wolf has done it, people.
My goodness, this guy has been on fire tonight.
Wonderful game for the both of them. High-scoring games, low-scoring games, very close. They were good games, but looks like the Maulers were able to bring it home to tie up the scores. 6-6 for both teams. 6 wins, 6 losses on both teams. Looks like their standings are going to be even for this week.
Absolutely. If that's not the way to even out a stat line, I can't tell you what is, because the Maulers were looking mighty good there. A clear nod of the hat. You know what? I'm gonna take off the Wario. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, Blaudet. I love you, buddy, but unfortunately, I'm just gonna say this. Jason Wolf, my boy, you were killing it out there, and it was nice to watch. Lonkers, my goodness, doing a great job just getting the ball where it needed to be in Clash with just a little bit of everywhere all at once. All of them playing the parts that they needed to. Needed to get a little bit, warmed up at first to get things going, but they found their rhythm and they held on tight. Bloomington Maulers taking it home here in the first series of the night. Now we're going to flip the script as we get ready for game 2. But before we do that, it will be the Hibbing Rangers 4-6 taking on the St. Cloud Flyers 6-4. We'll be doing that just after we take a short break. So hang on tight. We'll be right back after the action. We're going to recap a little bit of that Bloomington Maulers Minneapolis Miracles game, and then we'll get right back into the action with the Hibbing Rangers and the St. Cloud Flyers.
We see the world in a cold light. It isn't much, but it's all we needed. It's all we needed. With everything in its right place, don't push away, 'cause it's all we needed to control and
off the ground. Let gravity take me up. As beautiful as it's been, it's time for me to go. I wanna sail away. I wanna feel the weightlessness of my soul. I've gotta go all the way to eternity. I will run all the way to see you. I've gotta go all the way through time and space to find my voice, to see you. And I'll go. Lift my feet off the ground, let gravity take me up. As beautiful as it's been, it's time for me to go. I wanna sail away. I wanna feel the weightlessness of my soul. I've gotta go all the way to eternity. I will run all the way to see you. I've gotta go all the way through time and space to find my voice, to see you. And I'll go. And I'll go. And I'll go. Lift my feet off the ground, let gravity take me up. As beautiful as it's been, it's time for me to go. I wanna sail away. I wanna feel the weightlessness of my soul.
All right, we're getting back into the action for Midwest Championship Series right now. It will be the Hibbing Rangers taking on the St. Cloud Flyers. But before we do that, we're just going to recap a little bit about the Bloomington Maulers and that Minneapolis Miracles matchup. Like I said, the Minneapolis Miracles, we thought were going to come out, or at least I should say I thought we're going to come out swinging pretty good, staying, in the rhythm and pushing ahead and staying towards the lead of the pack. Instead, Bloomington Maulers came out swinging. They came out with their claws and swinging. And they grabbed hold of the Miracles and they tossed them out the way. And they said, hey, we're going to even up the score and we're going to bring it to 6-6. And Red Flame, you were right at first until you kind of changed it. You were like 3-1. No, we're going to go 3-2. But you were still right with your outcome. How do you feel about that one?
I feel good, but I still kind of feel like I should have stuck with my gut. Stuck with the 3-1 Maulers.
And we'll see, we have another matchup, another opportunity to pick our favorite, I should say, or who we think is going to come out on top. We have the Hibbing Rangers 4-6, TKD, Dorka, and Pops. Now, I just want to point out, Dorka was picked up by the Hibbing Rangers back on, I want to say it was November 11th, or the 1st. It might have been the 1st or 11th. I got to double check that. But he's only been on the team for a short period of time. He was actually at the premier level playing with Chicago Jungle, but it just wasn't working out. Unfortunately, they went in a different direction and the Hibbing Rangers picked him up. Hopefully that'll be able to flip the script and bring the Hibbing Rangers back into contention, as he is a top level competitor, and that is what we expect. Now on the flip side, we have the St. Cloud Flyers 6-4, Russia, Tricky, and Lord. Now, this team has been looking good throughout the entirety of this year. Prussia is a leader like none other, does a great job holding that line and keeping his team together. But will Dorka, mess that up tonight, or what will happen? Because like I said, having a player like that on the field now at this point in the proceedings, it's got to cause quite the stir.
Yep, going into our second series of the day, I'm feeling confident. I think I'm going to go with 2-3 in St. Cloud's favor.
Ooh, all right. Rooting for St. Cloud. I'm going with the underdogs today. I'm feeling that Dorka was the pickup needed to bring the Rangers back in contention. I'm thinking 3-2 in favor of the Hibbing Rangers. We're both feeling that it's going to go the distance, but it's not up to us. It's up to the players really to make that happen. So as we wait for the lobby to fill out, right now we do have some players, but as we wait for it to fill out, if you are out there in chat right now, how is everybody feeling right now? In that first series, like I said, a little bit different outcome than I think was anticipated. There's another opportunity for things to be turned upside down. Do you want to see the Rangers coming on top, or do you want to see the Flyers coming on top? If you're out there in Twitch, let me know how you are feeling. But with that being said, like you already said, you're feeling good about this, the St. Cloud Flyers right now. Like I said, Prussia, great leader, does a great job holding the team together, but really going to come down to which team will come out on top, which unit will play better together. And although Prussia, Tricky, and Lord have stayed consistent throughout the season, sometimes a major stir can really make things happen. So we'll see, can TKD, Dorka, and Pops find a way to flip the script and take down Prussia, Tricky, and Lord here in this game one of our best of 5.
Yep, the players are taking the field, going for the kickoff, and it looks like the kickoff is going to go in favor of, I believe that is Rangers. Now with Prussia bringing it back to the Ranger side, Pops is there to get it off the wall and go it right up to Lord, but Dorka gets it out of the way.
DKD tries to get off the sidewall, puts it out in front of net. Prussia is there to clear it away. Dorka just hits it right back down, and Lord is there at midfield, tries to get something set up, and Dorka gets in their face. Dorka now trying to get some, tries to get a tap off the sidewall, misses, Pops there, puts it right back towards that sidewall. A little bit of confusion there misplay by the Rangers. Got to make sure we're communicating and not overstepping each other. Make sure everyone is finding their line and holding it. You don't want to have that miscommunication at this point. You want to get these wins right now. And if you're the Rangers, like I said, you kind of need a win at this point if you want to think playoffs. I mean, they're only a few weeks away. You want to get a good spot. You want to, get a good matchup, and the only way it's going to happen is if you compete and put yourself in that position to do so.
Yep, now going back to the game, looks like it's a pretty even field going back and forth, just back and forth all times. Looking like 3:30 left on the clock, and Tricky's bringing it to Rangers half. Right in front of goal, but looks like Pops is going to clear it. Now we see Dorka getting it over towards midfield. Then Russia gets it up and into the Rangers side, but then it's missed, and now it's gone by Lord. Now Dorka's putting it up. Tricky is hitting it against the wall, and now it's getting cleared right back to Prussia, which hits it towards goal, but looks like Dorka's going to clear it to the side again.
Ricky at midfield tries to get something put off that back wall, gets a hit towards goal. Lord with the demo and clears the way. Lordy. That's how we do it.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a very close game. 2 minutes and 54 left on the clock, and there's only one goal. Looks like it's going to be a good, fair matchup for this last series that I'm going to be casting.
And TKD gets it off that back wall. Pops is there, gets demoed by Prussia. TKD pops it up, gets bumped by the defender, Lord. Clears it downfield, and Pops now pushes it towards that side wall. Dorka's up top, puts it down for his teammate, but cannot get there. Tricky now up top and putting it down. Lord giving some contention right back as he puts it off that back side wall. There's a lot of pressure there in front of the Rangers goal right now.
Now going back, Tricky's bringing it almost to the Rangers side, but looks like TK is going to bring it back, but Lord gets it over that corner. Pops tries to get it, but doesn't quite get it past, but now TK is getting it towards midfield, almost to the Flyers side, but looks like it is going to go midfield, and Pops confirms and stay in midfield, but now Prussia is hitting it into TK up to Lord, which is trying to get it into the Rangers side. Dorka tries to get a goal, but it bounces off of TK. Now Pop's trying to get a goal, but gets cleared by Prussia, which now is bringing it towards the Rangers side and gets it into the corner where TK is standing.
Lord just gets a bounce back to Tricky. Lord gets an unintentional tap there. Puts it back again. Now Pops with the clear downfield. TKD looks to try to set up his teammate. Prussia clears it from up top to midfield. Pops grabs it. Tries to drive it away. Gets demoed by the defender. TKD clears it to the back corner. Once again, TKD trying to get it away. Dorka puts it up, tries to get a shot on goal. Prussia is there, but Prussia cannot get it out in time. Puts it right back in front of the defender's hood, and it gets in the back of net. Good shot there by Dorka.
Yep, looks like it's going to be a tied game with 1 minute and 3 seconds left on the clock. Going to be a very close game, like I already said, but now going into kickoff, it looks like the Flyers are going to get it and almost a goal, but Dorka is there. Going up towards the wall. Looks like Pops is going to start to get it towards goal. Now Dorka hits it in the corner to Prussia, which brings it towards midfield, up almost to goal, but too high. But Lord is there, but doesn't quite get it down far enough. Tricky bringing it into the corner. Pops is there, taking it slow, but gets the clear. Then Lord takes her shot, but Dorka gets it out in time.
Prussia trying to keep the pressure on TKD, just putting himself in front of the ball and just trying to make himself a wall. Not allowing them to get too close to that goal right now. Dorka clearing it away. Nothing. And Boost got a little bit there, gets a pinch to get it away. However, the Flyers are just adding the pressure. They are trying to get something going here before time expires here. And they're forced to go into overtime.
Looks like it's going to be an overtime game, but going back into the Rangers corner. It looks like that's overtime. Going into overtime, we're going to look at the kickoff, which goes in favor of the Flyers.
Russia gets an awkward setup there. Wide of the goal, TKD up top. It's a little bit of a flick there. Dorka now trying to get something going. Right now, there's just not a lot happening to start out overtime right now. Both these teams trying to feel it out a little bit, it looks like, and that was close. A little too close, if you ask me, but it wasn't enough. Still, nonetheless, Hobbs gets a nice shot near goal, and Lord clears it away.
Staying on the range on this Flyers side, going towards midfield, but TKD is there to stop it. Pops hits it towards goal, but doesn't quite make it into that corner. TKD going up again, but Dorka hits it right into Tricky. Done. Pops almost with the score, but Prussia gets it cleared. Now TKD going again, hits it up to Dorka, which Tricky clears. Prussia, it gets hit into Prussia. Lord is there to clear Pops' shot. Now it's going. Prussia's bringing it into the corner of the Rangers. Gets into the corner, but Pops clears it. But Lord is there. It hits it a little bit too far, almost in goal, and Lord scores the shot.
Lord doing a great job, staying in contention, putting themselves in position, waiting for their opportunity, and striking when needed. Lordy, lordy, lordy. Putting themselves up on top. The Flyers are now up 1-0 here in this series.
Yep, so far going the way of the Flyers. Looks look like they're flying pretty high with a 1-0 lead going into the second game. But it can always turn, and they could always turn for the worst too.
Well, you know, if you fly too high, you might get burnt by the sun, so be careful with that one. And on the flip side, they're also Rangers, so I'm pretty sure they got a pretty good aim. We'll see if they can fix that aim here in game 2 and bring it back, as they are cocked and loaded to go with, you know, they put 9 shots on goal. I just want to say that, but they got to make sure that they get in the back of net. They are definitely out shooting their opponents, but they need to capitalize on those opportunities. That is what's really hurting them. But even then, just saying that, I mean, the Flyers literally had 7 saves. So, I mean, out of 9 shots, 7 saves, they had 1 in net. I mean, Flyers are just doing a great job defending right now.
Yep, good job defending by them. Getting ready to go into the second game as the players take the field. We're going to see how this goes out, see if the Rangers can take a tie and try to go for a lead, but it's all going to play out by the luck of the players.
As of right now, the Flyers are up in this series 1-0. Will the Rangers bring it back, or will the Flyers continue to fly high and find a way to take it home early? Remember that whether you win 1 game, 2 games, all that matters is who wins 3. Because if you take home the series, you take home all the points, and that's what matters. As we are getting closer to the playoffs, every point is ever so much more important. So hopefully we'll see more great Rocket League continue to play out from both of these teams. Like I said, the Rangers need to capitalize and hit their shots, or find a little bit like trickier shot play or something, because Flyers didn't need many shots to win that one.
Yep, now going into the second game, playing a bit on the Flyers side. Hasn't quite been much on the Rangers side, but yep, Dorcas bringing it back towards the Flyers, but Prussia is up there to clear it. But TKD stops that from happening. Tricky gets it to Dorka, almost gets that double hat, but then it goes back up to TKD, to Dorka, to looks like Tricky, which hits it to Pops, staying in the Rangers side for a little bit close to goal, but Dorka and TKD are there to try to keep it away.
And Pops driving it downfield. TKD trying to slow down Prussia from advancing. And now it's at midfield. Lord, I think if Lord might have just capitalized and taken that one right away, they might have scored, but they tried to pass it back towards Prussia, and it just did not work. Slowed down the pace of play quite drastically. And now where the Flyers could have potentially been up here. Now it is still 0-0 with 3:08 on the clock.
Yep, 3:05 left now. Going towards, almost in Rangers' goal. Almost again. TK and Pops there to clear it. Prussia is putting a little bit of pressure. Now Lord going on the ball. Hits it down to Tricky, but looks like Pops is there to hit it just above goal. Now going towards midfield now onto Rangers' side. Prussia is there to hit it almost past Dorka, which gets the save. Now Tricky is there. Almost to Lord, but gets cleared by Pops. Now going back towards the Rangers side.
Prussia up top, trying to get something going. Flyers did a great job capitalizing in game one. They have 4 shots on goal and are not able to find the back of net just yet. Like I said, they had an opportunity. I feel like they could have scored earlier. It looked like the defender went boost, and then the offender just didn't go the direction they needed to with the ball. They tried to pass it back over to Prussia. It just didn't work. And now, they said they could pay for that at this point if the Rangers can find a way to get it near goal and get it on goal, because that's all that matters.
Yep, looks like it's staying on the Flyer side for now with 2 demos. Almost in goal, but can't quite hit the net. Prussia clears it from a very tricky spot, but Pops and TKD are there. Get it back into the Rangers Flyers side. Now hitting it up to Pops, which Tricky clears. Now it's going back to the Rangers side. Tricky almost gets it in goal, but Dorka is there to hit it out to Lord, which gets it back almost in goal, but doesn't quite make it. Now Pops is clearing it up and into the Flyers half.
And Lord pushes it downfield, gets a double tap, but not in the direction that he wanted. Dorka tries to grab it out, gets bumped by the defender and just pushed out of the way. DKD tries to get some, gets pushed by the defender. Now, these Flyers are starting to put their aggression on, and they're starting to definitely get a little bit more bully action going. Haven't seen too many demos, but I'm definitely seeing a lot of bumps right now.
Yep, 1 minute left and still no goals. They're going to try to get more offense in and hopefully more defense. And as I say that, Dorka gets a score.
Dorka, in fact, does get the score there as he stays patient, finds a way to put it down, gets it past Lord. 3 shots on goal, 1 in the back and net. They have a total of 7 shots on goal. Flyers have 6 shots on goal currently, so definitely a lot of shots, as that is not what you want to see. Just when you think you snuck ahead and you can breathe a little bit easier, the Flyers come right back.
Yep, flying in with the bomb. They're going to hit it right into the Rangers goal. Now going into the kickoff, looks like the Rangers are going to get it, but Tricky quickly returns it almost to goal, but almost, I think, kind of accidentally gets it cleared by himself. TKD hitting it back into the Flyers side. Prussia is there to stop it. Tricky almost gets it out, but Pops hits it first. Lord gets it to Rangers side, going up midfield, but now up to TKD on Flyers side. Tries to get up and get it in, but Dorka is there and gets it in goal for us 2-1 in 19 seconds.
Dorka's finding a way to turn it up, and this is what I was talking about when this series first got started today. Dorka is that type of player that can really set the tone and set the pace for his team. Picking up a player like that at this point in the season is huge, if you ask me, and we'll see if it can continue to play out in their favor, or will the Flyers' chemistry come through and just...
Yep, going into the final 10 seconds. Looks like they can't quite keep it up enough to score, and it looks like Dorka's going to try to clear it out to get the game, but Lord is there, gets it up and goes down, but TKD hits it into Prussia, hits it up. TKD trying to get another goal last second. Staying up, Dorka hits it, but Lord saves it and goes down for the Rangers game.
Rangers doing a great job. They're putting themselves in a position to win. Dorka stepping up for his team, and now it is a 1-1 series. We'll see. Can the Flyers find a way to fly high and get back on top, or will the Rangers continue to send an arraignment of arrows in their direction and try to shoot them down.
Yeah, we're gonna see if the Flyers can fly high again, but they didn't quite get enough in that last match. So the Rangers came back and tied it up, took advantage of the poor defending at times, and just took the 2-1 lead and took the game.
Right now, like I said, we were both expecting this particular series to go the distance. Right now, the Rangers put 8 shots on goal and were able to capitalize when they needed to. Flyers also putting 8 shots on goal, unfortunately not able to capitalize there near the end. Both of these teams are looking really good, but one has to come out on top. Will it be the Rangers or will it be the Flyers? It is yet to be seen. Give them just a second as I think we are returning from a bathroom break for the Rangers. You know, sometimes when you gotta go, and you just can't hold it. But we are back in the action, and here we go. This is Rocket League.
Yep, starting with the kickoff, with seemed to be the Rangers half, turned into Flyers, and now going back to the Rangers right above goal. Tricky keeps it above. Dorker goes to try to get it, can't quite get it the right way. Prussia gets it towards midfield. Wall gets it up to Pops, which clears it. Tricky is there to get it up. Clears it above TKD, but Dorka is there to hit it away. Pops hits it even higher up. Prussia tries to get it. Prussia does get it, sends it towards midfield, but Pops is there to almost get a goal, but Tricky gets a save, and then Dorka hits it in for the goal.
If I'm correct, Dorka has scored the last 3 consecutive goals in this series. I may be wrong about that, but I know for a fact he's scored the last 3 consecutive Rangers goals in particular. Dorka doing a great job putting themselves, like I said, in a position to succeed right now, giving their team what they need. I'm sure the communication is on point right now, and they are looking pretty good out here. The Flyers getting a play of their own going as TKD gets it narrowly away. That was a good clear.
Nearly getting in goal, barely going away, but now we see it staying on the Rangers side. Pops tries to get it cleared, but Lord is there to get it back into the Rangers side. Looks like they can get it cleared this time, but can't quite get it in goal. Prussia now clearing it towards the wall, going towards midfield, but Pops is up there. Tricky gets the flip reset just above goal, and Dorka is there to score it again.
A nice opportunity there, put together and strung together by TKD. Dorka able to get it in the back, and that, you know, beautiful team play there by the Rangers as they are looking quite mighty right now here in this series as they have turned it around and they are starting to hold on and push forward.
Yup, now going into this third game of the series. It's going to be staying on the Flyers side, but as Lord tries to get it back, Pops is just right there, and they're going back to the Flyers side, but Dorka and Tricky get a good pinch, goes up straight. Lord tries to get the goal off of a clear, can't quite get it just above goal. Tricky is there, but Pops gets it cleared.
Now Dorka getting in the face of the defender, but it's not enough. Pops tries to get off that wall, has an awkward flip that just kind of leaves them stagnant. Prussia tries to get it clear towards midfield. TKD is there and pushes it right back towards the corner. Now Tricky tries to get it downfield. Haven't said that name too much tonight.
Yep, but now going back towards midfield, we see Pops demo Prussia. Now going towards Rangers side, just nearly misses TKD. Dorka gets it over Tricky, I believe. It might have been Lord. But now going towards the goal, but Pops gets a good clear. Tricky's there, but misses it. Now it looks like Lord is trying to get it. Gets it kind of set up for Tricky, but Dorka is there to get it cleared towards midfield. Now Tricky is fighting TKD over it. Now Lord is hitting it up to TKD, which hits it towards, Prussia to TKD. Now it's going right to Dorka. in Flyers corner, which hits it up to Pops and staying on the Flyers side now.
Ball pushed towards the sidewall there. Dorka puts it towards midfield. Lord is there. Keeps it going across the field. TKD still there. Gets in the face of the offender, but it just does not work. The defender not able to do much there.
Yep. Seeing 2-0 with 1:30 left. We're going to see if the Flyers can get this. It looks like they might be losing confidence because they're kind of getting back down. They get a strong start, but they're starting to slow down a little bit. They're letting the Rangers take over and shoot all the birds out of the sky.
The Flyers are trying to get something going, but it just has not been enough, as the pressure of the Rangers has just surmounted and has not allowed them to get much breathing room right now. So that being said, it is looking like the Rangers, with 48 seconds, if they continue to play the way that they've been playing, are going to put themselves up 2-1 here in this series as the play gets set up by Lord. Lord has other plans. It is a ball game now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep, looks like they might be able to come back. 40 seconds left and they need one goal. They might be able to tie this into overtime, but going into the kickoff, it seems to be a close game again.
And Lord is there, gets one, tries to go for two, gets the bump on Pops, but it's not enough. Ricky pushing it downfield. Shoots it across, and TKD is there. Tries to get it set up for his teammate, but Pops, a little bit of miscommunication there. That one more sent him awkward.
Now up in the Rangers half. Ooh, it looks like Prussia almost got it, but saved by Pops. Lord hitting it up. Dorka there to hit it down to Tricky, which is going to try to get it in the air to try to get the overtime. Ooh, but looks like Pops is there to hit it in the for another Rangers game.
What a series thus far. Rangers finding a way to put themselves on top so far. Fighting back. They went down early in the series, and they're just starting to push themselves forward. They're starting to look really good. Dorka has been executing where needed to. Pop stepped up drastically defensively in that last game. And we're looking to see, can the Rangers take it home early, then the Flyers packing, or will the Flyers find a way to fly high and get right back in it?
I don't know, but it looks like your prediction might come true this time with the Rangers up by 1 going into the fourth game, 2-1. It's going to be a close game for sure. Both teams good on defense, but it looks like the Rangers might have a little bit better offense and might just give them game, or maybe even series at this point.
We'll have to see what will happen, as it looks like time is ready. We are here. We are ready to go. Teams are in. Game 4 is set. But is it game, set, match for the Flyers? Or do they have a trick up their sleeve that they have not shown the Rangers just yet?
Going into kickoff, it looks like it's going to go on the Rangers' behalf again, but Flyers are just going to be there to return it almost with the goal. Porsche getting it close, but not quite there. Lord and Porsche getting good teaming, but can't quite get it in goal. Looks like Tricky's going to be there too, but Pops gets a clear in the Prussia, and the Tricky goes right towards Lord, but Dorka tries to get the clear. It's still staying on the Rangers' side, but going more towards midfield with Pops and Dorka fighting Prussia and Tricky for it. Looks like that's going to be a goal by Tricky too in the first 40 seconds.
It's stream to rock around, to rock around, to rock on time. It's Tricky! Yeah, let's go. Finally getting involved and finding the back of net. Tricky, there we go.
Yep, going into the second score kickoff. Looks like Tricky's going to hit it pretty high over TKD, but Dorka gets it cleared to Prussia, but a little bit over TKD, staying on that wall. Kind of bumps Dorka, but looks like Prussia demos TKD. going back on the Flyer side. Looks like Dorka is going to try to keep it there, but Tricky demos for Prussia. Dorka, Prussia is going to try to get it into the Rangers side, but TKD isn't quite letting that happen yet. But Dorka hits it up, goes for it, almost gets the goal, but too high. And Tricky and Lord are going to go try to get it back into Rangers goal.
And Tricky tries to get another one going there. Unable to get a second goal thus far, but that doesn't mean that they don't have this game where they won it right now, as the Flyers jumped on top early and Tricky finds another one.
Yep, let's go at 2-0 on the Flyers' behalf with 3 minutes and 25 seconds left. Gonna be still enough time for a comeback, but looks like Tricky's bringing his A game finally, going for a good challenge now, since we're in the Challenger League.
As the ball is up, Tricky finds it, puts it near net, gets saved there by TKD. Lord puts it back, Dorka now with the save. Putting it back near net once again, TKD just not having it. This Rangers team is holding the defensive line right now. They have not been able to score yet.
Now going back into the Flyers side, looks like Prussia and Tricky are going to try to get it away. Dorka gets it back now to TKD, but Prussia hits it out to Pop, but Tricky is there to get it into the Rangers corner, but Dorka tries to get it out, but Prussia's there to get it back towards goal. A little too high. Lord almost gets back in, but not quite there.
Dorka puts it near the corner for Pops, and it's met by Lord. They're just trying to get the ball out of there. The Flyers just keep on sending right now. All put into the corner. Dorka sets up TKD, and my goodness, Tricky with a beautiful save. Tricky woke up. Welcome to the game, Tricky. And TKD now finds a goal of their own.
Yep, looks like they're gonna try to bring back and get a lead, but now 1-2 with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left. It's gonna be close game. Might go in the favor of Flyers this time. But going to the kickoff, looks like Lord gets it almost in goal, but Dorka is gonna try to get that out. Prussia and Tricky are fighting over TKD with a good save. The Pops, but he tries to get out. Tricky and Lord are there to try to get it out, but Tricky is getting it back from their corner to try to get it back, but can't quite get it out.
Right now, I'm feeling that the Rangers are going to find a way to get this goal. And we're going to look at an overtime here in Game 4. That's what I'm looking forward to right now. As the Rangers haven't given up hope, they're finding a way to stay alive here in Game 4 as they are up in this series, and they want to try to send the Flyers home, but it takes a little bit more effort than what they're distributing right now out there on the field.
Yep, I agree. I kind of think it might go to overtime, but I don't think it's going to, because if my prediction were to come true, which it might if they get this win, it's going to be 2-2. They're going to be a close third game in favor of Flyers, but that's going to be hard with the Rangers defense.
Dorka trying to get something going, set up for his team, but unfortunately not able to do so. TKD trying to get into the face of the defender. Prussia just getting driven underneath and slowed down. Gotta laugh a little bit when you see that. You gotta disrupt somehow, some way, and TKD! I said it, and there it is! 2-2, 42 seconds. Take it in. Take in that deep breath. Everybody just take a second. Inhale. Exhale. Because right now, it's a game, baby. You're going to want to sit at the edge of your seat, ladies and gentlemen. It is Game 4, similar to what we saw in our last series. However, the Rangers are coming back, and TKD with the hat trick.
Oh my, with another clutch goal. Looks like TKD is going to bring it for the series for the Rangers.
The Rangers wanting to end it early. I was hoping for overtime, but they might have other plans. Can the Flyers put 2 cents together right now, or have they gone bankrupt?
I don't know. It's getting close. Looks like it might play out in favor of the Rangers. We're just gonna have to wait and see.
And Pops puts it towards the sidewall. 8 seconds remaining as time dwindles down. 3, 2, 1. The boom downfield. Prussia trying to get another tap on it. Pops puts it down. And that is game. The Rangers able to turn it around ever so quickly. TKD, tip of the hat to with that hat trick to bring it home. Even though Dorka definitely played their part, TKD to me might have been the MVP of that series because they were always in the top 2, but in the end, they did exactly what was needed to seal the deal.
Yep, good game by both teams. Very close in each game, but it was like the Rangers were just able to get one more goal in each game to bring home the series for the Rangers.
And that was a wonderful series. The Hibbing Rangers now moving themselves to 5-6. The St. Cloud Fires moving themselves to 6-5. We'll see how things continue to play out moving forward throughout the night. But there's still, quite a bit of Rocket League yet to be played. We still have the Burnsville Inferno taking on the Duluth Superiors, as well as the Bemidji Lumberjacks taking on the Rochester Rhythm. That'll be Stewie and Ari taking the mic for that one. But I just want to say that was a very, very fun series to watch. It's always a great time being in the booth with you, Red Flame. Is there anything in particular that stood out to you today? Any particular player, any particular, goal or defend that just stood out that really was a highlight of your day?
I'm saying Dorka stood out. He was a straight in just recently, and he brought his A game to make sure they saw him as a good trade and make sure they got their money's worth.
I just want to say Dorka didn't have the confidence necessarily going into this series. I did see in chat that the confidence wasn't quite there. However, they played differently. Somehow they built it up throughout that series and they were able to bring it home. And that is what you like to see, especially when you make a trade at this point in the season and you make a pickup like that with Dorka. You got to be giving yourself a big pat on the back if you are the Hibbing Rangers manager right now, because that was one heck of a pickup. Kudos to you, GM from the Hibbing Rangers. But like I said, we have more Rocket League still yet to come. We have the Burnsville Inferno taking on the Duluth Superiors next. It's going to be Stewie and Ari in the booth. I'm Joseph the Voice hanging out with Red Flame. We are checking out for the night. You have a wonderful day. Hang out, and we'll be back just shortly.
Goodbye.
been feeling just a little bit low. Got to get back to the show and we'll fly. Yeah. You don't have to feel like you're on your own. No one should have to dance alone, not tonight. For somebody to make memories in the bank forever in time. There's no reason to be hard to find, 'cause we've already lost our mind. You and me, we're gonna write a little history. You and me, just show me love and then you'll see. Memories that we make, they are never gonna fade for a lifetime. We don't give no care if you wanna ride away. We just have to find a place that can drills up in the memory bank.
I carried you home, taking all the weight off your shoulders. Now we're long gone, falling into 1 year older. It's funny how our love began when I was sober. Now I stumble in a room where nobody else cares. Now I'm in two minds thinking about you. I'm in two minds thinking whether I'm too kind to give you all of my truth. I'm in two minds thinking. Now I'm in two minds thinking about you. I'm in two minds thinking whether I'm too kind to give you all of my truth. I'm in two minds thinking. We've been knocked down way too many times, and now my tries deja vu round, spinning me into another lost time. Tell me where this road will end before I drive over the edge. Give me one break to recover myself, because I can't bear. Now I'm in two minds thinking about you. I'm in two minds thinking whether I'm too kind to give you all of my truth. I'm in two minds thinking. Now I'm in two minds thinking about you. I'm in two minds thinking whether I'm too kind to give you all of my truth. I'm in two minds thinking.
Welcome back,
Welcome
ladies
back.
and gentlemen. Wait, so we did the double. We did the double. We have the double. Oh, that's two me's.
Yep.
Two me's as well. My bad, Ori. There you go. There you go. There, now you're on the left side. I had two of me's at one time, but regardless, we're back. We're back, Ori, with another challenger matchup, another more Rocket League. Saying goodbye to JTV and the crew, but now it's you and I to carry out the night and finish it off, and should be a blast. I'm looking forward to. We got 2 more matches still left to go. One is going to start in a couple minutes, and then the other one is later on. I'm looking for the one later on, obviously a little bit more because it's a high-profile matchup, but this one now is going to be a good one as well.
Hopefully it's not as scrappy as the Burnsville Duluth series.
Oh, that was bad.
Rising Star.
That was bad last night. That was one of the most scrappy series I think I've ever
reviewed. Somehow less scrappy than us getting blown out by Bemidji, because us getting blown up by Bemidji, they were just better. Like, it was just clean beat Rocket League, you know what I mean? But like, that was a whole thing. I tuned in because our match was late. And I was like, what in the world am I looking at? But yeah, Duluth, Burnsville and Duluth. I think Duluth has Duluth has 40, and I've been on 40s. I voted for Duluth every single time because 40, and I'm gonna do it again. And I think Duluth win 3-1.
So for Duluth, you have Burf, 40. And I believe a newer player in Sonder, and I don't know if Sonder was added. Okay, Sonder was added as a replacement in the trade window is what I'm thinking.
For who?
It was a sign in the trade window on the 1st for Duluth at 5:30 p.m. Looks like it was waivers, I think. It was. Okay. Looks to be a waiver claim. I'm thinking. I can't remember, but he's going to Duluth, and then of course on the side of the the beautiful Burnsville Inferno, who I don't know if they've played with their full roster yet this season. Mimic and Tizzy, and no Gavalanche tonight. You got Checker in place of him, so at least they're coming with a full roster, but they're coming with a full roster. So
Gavalanche.
That's good to hear, but having no Gavalanche is a little bit scary for them. But Inferno Superiors, and then we'll move on to the Lumberjacks and the Rhythm right afterwards. That's the marquee match. That's the one you're waiting for to watch that. But yeah, I love when my music does that. It just shuts off. But this is one I think it's going to be a lot closer than I thought. You voted for the Superiors. I'm voting for the Inferno. I feel like the Inferno are going to win this. I can't vote against Mimic. I can't never beat him.
No, I can vote against Mimic because whenever when you 1v1 him, it is a 2v1 because he is 1v1ing his own mental. Like especially the longer the series is, the more games they play, the longer that's going to drag out. I've seen him mad even after winning before. So, and I think this isn't anything new to people who know Mimic. I think it's a common thing, and GMs are fine taking the risk of drafting him high just because of his skill. But in a team environment, that mental does take into account over time. And I want to see how it plays out. I also want to see without Gavalanche, which is honestly the glue to that team, the thing holding it together. Without Gavalanche to keep Mimic's mental in check, what's going to happen? Because I don't know. All I know that's going to happen is 40's going to get a lot of beats on the ball. He's very quick. Sonder not quite getting there. Burf, the anchor on defense, gets a stop there and converts it into some offense. All the boost he has. Tizzy doesn't get a touch. 40 with 2 touches off the ceiling. Reset. Uses it to wave dash with a big 50. Goes middle. Nothing coming of it. Still keeping the offense going. 50 goes a bit awry. Burf there to clean it up. Pop over Caesar. Plays it. Thought it was an awkward ball. Gets a good touch. Tizzy. Get on his back foot. Tries to give it away. 40 staying close to this play. Takes possession. Pass out middle to Burf. Can't find the angle. Caesar will hit it away. And right now it's been just a lot of Superiors.
Yeah, Duluth was known for their offense with their full roster when they had Rainina. And now moving on from Rainina to Sonder, it doesn't seem like that offense has changed. But I mean, you've got a Rising Star sub for Burnsville, so they're not playing with their full roster. Like we said, no Gavalanche is going to really impact this series. But honestly, with how I'm looking at it, this is Saunders' tryout to see what he can bring to Duluth. They're looking to move up in the standings. So far in the season, right now sitting in a somewhat comfortable spot, I guess you could say. They're
up there.
Fifth place. I mean, they're 7-4, not bad on the season. But the move to me questions whether they believed in Rainy Nut or not. But and under my understanding, they obviously didn't. But it's not a shot at Rainy Nut. They wanted the player that really can bring them a title, and this may be the team to do it. But defense, 40 calling it action. You played against 40 and Tizzy quite a bit, Ori. You know what they're capable of. And
yeah,
seeing them up in Challenger here, it's scary. Obviously, you won with 40, so you understand that. But
I know a lot about 40.
Yeah, they're playing a Burnsville team that is 4-8 currently on the season. But the big thing that I wrote down in the notes that I forgot to send you, my good sir, is Gavalanche currently leads the league in saves per game at 1.91, and he's not on the field.
Oh my God, Caesar there's open net opportunity. You cannot ask for a better shot than that, and both players go missing. The pass goes too wide, and the shot also going too wide. Don't see a lot of that happening at this level, but sometimes it just falls through. And yeah, Gavalanche, as you said, leading the league in saves, and that's honestly, I wouldn't say I'm surprised, but not in a bad way. I mean, Gavalanche, from what I've seen, is just such a good. He's what I feel like what Burf was in Rhythm's Rising Star team last season. Very much a good, just solid defensive player. Just good.
Hard
makes
to get
up
the
for his
ball
team's
by.
mistakes.
Completely just annoying to play against. He's like that player. He's such in control of his car. It's impossible to score. But nobody able to score in this one, or he just ran away. So we're still stuck in a deadlock 0-0. It's just surprising to see in a game one. Usually this is where teams are making the most mistakes. They aren't ready for what the other team is going to bring. I mean, so far
this is a warm-up game. Yeah,
and nobody getting really any clean opportunity just yet. But we've seen a couple saves from Duluth that they pulled.
That was an open one.
Here's an open shot from Burf. Will go wide, and 40 collects in the corner, pushes pressure on Mimic, and Mimic back-to-back seasons with the Inferno. Almost basically just a returning player from their roster as he was able to be drafted again.
That pass not finding anybody, maybe a bit of a miscommunication. Bonder might have seen someone middle, and I do like that idea, though. There was 3 people in the net. The odds of scoring that one are barred to none. But at least it keeps possession. There's a lot of offense coming out. Bit of an awkward scramble on the goal line, and another open net doesn't find its way through 40. Shot goes just high. 2 players go in the midfield. 40 electing not to go for that, staying back, letting his team get back. 40 off to the side. Sonder getting bump pressure. Burf gets there in time. Sees the opening and just sticks out his tongue to get the save. Sonder trying to carry it past. Burf also gets beat by Tizzy, now carrying it the full length of the field, leaving so much pressure, now putting pressure on the orange half. Burf gonna clean that up though, gets it around 1. Caesar has to play this ball a bit awkwardly. 40 will collect that off to the side while Caesar trying to get in his way. Sonder 50 out, nothing too crazy happening of it. 40, what can he do in the air? Gets it past 2, goes to the corner. Caesar on his back foot. Not any time to stay on the ball. Burf there for the challenge. Sonder there for the follow. Tizzy, he's last back, but he makes a high touch, but he doesn't have enough boost to get there in time. Leaves it bounce in the midfield, bit dangerous, but no one on Superiors want to overcommit for that. They know how much time's left. They want to let this ball drop, and they want to make it go to overtime.
We won't decide it in the first 5 minutes. Maybe we'll decide it in
0-0 game 1.
Maybe we'll. This just doesn't happen. Like, you don't see game 1s that are just this scoreless. I'm telling you, mistakes are just gonna compound when we get to that second game. Sonder open shot, checkered, gonna own goal. And Sonder gets the final strike, and all it took was 1 bump.
All it took was a kick off a bump, 1 shot, 15 seconds, and just puts it back to defense. Just had too much power on it, and Superiors, I mean, I think they just look like the better all-around team, especially if you look at the stats-wise. I think, when you consider a 0-0, both teams are really equal on defense. It's more so who's going to get that beat on offense, and when Superiors have a more rounded team going, Burf not putting up any shots, but having the most saves on his team to more than make up for it, and Mimic with all of the shots on his team. Everyone else had none. 0.
How is it even one shot? He has 4. No, he has 4 shots, and Checker has 0.
4 shots.
And Tizzy has nothing. So Checker had 0 shots. Mimic had 4, and Tizzy had that just doesn't. Tizzy had 72 points. I'm not really, fretting over it, but yeah, the 1-0 lead for so far for the Superiors, and I don't know what you say after that first game. Nobody scored. Nobody put like any real open pressure on it. I mean, just the own goal from Checker.
There was
really
a couple open
nets.
To be fair, it was 0-0, but there was about 3 open nets where the ball just flies past the goal line or hits the crossbar or a post. So mostly on the Superior side, though, they had more of those open opportunities. Inferno had 1, and it was just a miscommunication on a pass, but you especially see it in the midfield. Burf has so much experience playing that last man and playing that supporting role with fast players on his team. He is more than comfortable playing up as that last to keep just the ball pressured. And you see that rotation there, just a quick fill on the second man, and it lets Sonder do so much here. Burf isn't even rotating back yet, but just the trust to just be this close to the play to capitalize off of it.
And Mimic and Checker, neither of them ready for that. So you are wondering what you got to do to score if you're in the Inferno. I guess. I mean, I don't understand why.
It'll be hard to score against Burf when he's
good defense. Well, you got 40 on the field too, and the new pickup is doing work on defense as well. They all are doing work on defense. 0 goals so far, but that 1-0 lead again in this game. But it wasn't a 1-0 lead; it was a game-winning goal, and that's a bit of an awkward touch. Checker gonna try and 50 it through. And 40, did he catch Tizzy out? He might have. Tries to turn the corner, hits the post.
Oh no!
Burf an open net. He can't double it through. Sonder was last back. Gets Demo and a Mimic on a counterattack. And I mean, both of these teams getting counterattacks back to back, clear all the way down, and the ball playing much more vertically rather than horizontally. And you're seeing the pace that it's kicking up as Mimic clears his line. Tries to get the dunk through. 40, good touch. Can he make the contact? He can. Finds Checker on a drop-down touch, but turns into just a throwaway that Burf unintentionally misses. Turns around, looks for a double off the backboard, but Mick has the block. Inferno stiffening up on defense. A clear down from Mimic. That's on target, but Sonder on the rotation is huge for the Village Superiors, who are up 1-0 in this series, and only 3.5 minutes for being up 2-0.
Oh my gosh. What? I was about to comment on the fact that Inferno are all bunched up, and that leads to open counterattacks like this. And I mean, when they're hitting it this accurately, Mimic, doesn't matter if you're there. Burst dusting you. 138 kph top shelf, even if he was back. There's no chance of saving that. That is ridiculous.
That is a hard shot, I will say, to put through. Now 40 leaves it for Burf, who has it. Yes, it's the third on the board. It's a kickoff. Saunders kicks it straight up. 40 pretty much fakes the reset, leaves it for Burf, who has the shot through, and that's a 3-0 lead for Duluth, who look really, really good as far as offense goes. They can't be stopped, and their defense looks much cleaner than it has throughout this entire season.
A fourth one? Won't get off the kickoff, but I mean, yeah, shots like that are hard to defend, but they're even harder to defend when your entire team committed for the same ball in the offensive corner. That's just, regardless of how quick you can recover and rotate back, you're just never going to be in a good spot to defend. And part of that is, I think, just Rising Star stuff, but that's all 3 of your players. Like, it's not just one person. It's a greater team effort. And you see a better greater team effort as 40 collecting his shot off of a pass from Burf, this time taking his turn, diming up 40, and it's just these 2 right now running the show on offense. And give credit to Sonder, he puts one away as well. This again, just the entire team of Superiors just look better than the entire team of Inferno.
I mean, overall a better team effort, 4-0. I mean, they scored 2 goals in under 90 seconds. Burf and 40 are looking for more. 40 off the inside corner. Tries to drop it down himself, but Mimic collects. Mimic has to step up in this series. Has a flip reset. 40 sets again. Just denies the goal line. The Duluth Superiors on defense are ridiculous right now. Full Burf on a counterattack tries to get his own, but Mimic, that was a play he put together.
Free jump.
Pass.
Oh my god.
This is ridiculous. The Superiors can't be stopped. They can do no wrong.
How much open space was that they let, though? Mimic making a decent touch out in the corner. Kind of a bit panicky. He might have argued throw it away, but he had two teammates in that same corner. No one electing to go for the ball. Similar thing on the offensive side. That was a beautiful reset and even better save, but there was no follow-up at all to keep the offensive going. And I was in a very similar spot yesterday. You can play, ideally, a perfect first man, but if no one's there to follow it up, if no one's there to capitalize off of the 50s that you're taking, then it doesn't matter. And it's nothing you can really do about it. It's not impossible that game one was 0-0, and I think, might have been Superior's confidence gone up just tremendous amount, and they're just feeling themselves more, but you're capable of holding them to a very low score. Just need to play maybe a bit more reserved instead of a bit more opportunistic. You can get touches like this, and if the follow-up's there, but it doesn't fall through. And another quick counterattack, but if the follow-ups are there, it's working, but if it's not, it's not. You got to change the way you play, and as the highest salary player on your team, kind of, it's more than just the solo play. It's more than just the mechanics. It's also just the adaptation to your team, and sometimes you have to kind of play, honestly, a more of a boring play style to adapt for the overall slower pace of your team, so that way you're just not catching yourself out and your team out by advancing the ball too quickly. And basically, they just need to find more of a team speed. They need to get more match to each other, and it's really hard to do that when you have a sub, but you got to do the best they can, because right now, 5-0, it's just really not looking like anything's working.
Only 40 seconds, so we're probably going to move on to the third game if you're Burnsville.
I gave Inferno one game, and that might have been one game too many.
Yeah, this is a complete and utter destruction of Burnsville from Duluth. Superiors running waves. So far, they cannot make a mistake. Sonder goes through. This is 6 on the board. And Burnsville just got to be wondering what they got to do to score a goal at this point. Because
in his lap.
This is just, it's there, and it's a dunk through. It's so hard to stop.
There's no one close enough to challenge the pass, and there's no one far back enough back post to get in the way of the passing lane either. And they're just bunched up, like in the replay, they're all just sitting on the goal line wide-eyed staring at the ball. Like, there's no one being tenacious, there's no one cutting rotation, there's no one that has enough boost to go for it. And at the end, that's just a communication breakdown. No one's saying, I don't got it, I got it. He's passing. Someone just has to put a hand up at some point. Someone just has to try to get in the way. It's better than just sitting there and letting it go in your net.
Maybe they get one for the road. They got it on the side, but Tizzy gonna kick it away. It hits the ground. Duluth up 2-0. Quick making mincemeat of Burnsville Inferno defense. They put up 6 in this game, looking for the win as they are 1 game away, Ori, and this has been a very, very, very clinical win. Obviously, the first game was overtime, so it's close, but this game was absolute just decimation and destruction. What are you supposed to do if you're Burnsville? You got to find some sort of offensive confidence, and it's
gotta just find what worked in game one. What worked in game one is they looked a lot less bunched up. I think as this game progressed, they got more and more frustrated. There was a lot more double and triple commits, a lot more bunching up. Last game was usually Tizzy I saw in the back line making touches to his corner, comfortable controlling the ball and stalling time for his team so that at least Superiors didn't get those possessions where they were able to counterattack and pass it. And they just maintained possession, and
well then.
Out of nowhere, off a kickoff, all it takes is just one goal to take the lid off
touch.
The goal. And yeah, it's a good shot. It's the first goal of the series, and probably won't be their last.
Bubbles.
They get one to go here. We'll see how far that takes them.
Yeah, I like what you said. I'll see how far it takes them. Maybe they get more than one, but they get the cap off the lid. No more, perfect sweep, or you've got at least one on the board, but Now you're staring down again. Duluth putting pressure so good at the timing. I love the timing Duluth brings. They're getting physical plays at the right time. Their passing is tremendous. And they're sure using their challenge game to get them through.
A big demo.
I mean, yeah, a decent demo on the back line, but again, Burnsville going to hold the line for now, and maybe a clear from Checker will do it, but Murph has the collection midfield. The captain for Duluth has been monumental so far in this series, doing work in the front half, but Saunders had a good series as well, and it's pretty much his debut with them.
Yeah, and bit of a comfortable debut as well, going up against a weaker Burnsville squad and taking full advantage of it, not letting the foot off the gas pedal at all. But right now, scoreless. Trying to get some offense going. 40. Playing behind Burf. That's a big beat, and now all of a sudden, Tizzy puts another one away, and it's 2-0.
Starting to wake up. Mimic, I thought he would go for a double. I think did. Tried to line it up. Burf pre-flipped. Didn't get what he wanted off the touch. And Burnsville up 2-0 in the third game, looking to rewrite the script and flip it, and hopefully get, more than just, hopefully get not a sweep, but I mean, at the end of the day, they need a win, not a sweep, I mean, you don't get points though for game wins, so they need a full win, not a one game win, but Tizzy is an open net and isn't able to put it through.
How many open nets have we seen miss this series?
Too many.
Absurd.
I mean, they're not going to miss this one,
It
though.
doesn't
3-0.
matter because maybe just puts it in, but I mean, that was, and it's not even open nets where like the car's awkward. Tizzy had 10-20 boost. He had time as well to wrap around the ball. And again, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Mimic, good 50 in the midfield, puts it into the net, and yeah, like you said, flipping the script, Superior is on the other end of a blowout right now, and really odd considering how lopsided that game 2 was and the degree onto how lopsided it was. There was triple commits. There was awkward in net. No one was jumping for the ball. There was pre-jump passes, and now all of a sudden it's died down so much.
And Duluth tripled the shots of Burnsville in that second game, and now this game is completely doesn't represent the first half of the series at all. And if you're Tizzy and Burnsville, that's a good thing because you maybe are starting to wake up a little bit and getting some good touches on the ball. Tizzy over the top of one. Can he get back to the 50? Not quite. As this is a touch across for Sonder to play forward. What does Checker have out of the corner? Doesn't really get what he wants. It's an infield, and Tizzy gets the clear over the top of Burf. If Burf dunked him, that would have gotten scary. Burf on a turn shot, tries to find it for 40. Good first touch. Tizzy kind of awkward. Not a ton of boost to work with, but able to get through the line, and big miss from Checker on the back line. Sonder backflips on the shots, and 40 has to cover for him. Now that's going to drop down, but Burf deletes Checker off the field and will save Duluth again, but the pinch play isn't quite on target. Burf's up early, and Checker off the spawn gets the block and another touch, but ball gonna ricochet all the way down the field. Duluth back in their half, and they don't need it here because they're down 3-0. They're gonna close the gap at some point.
Yeah, and they have time to do so. A minute 40 left is not impossible, but when you only have one shot to your entire team's name, I don't know how doable that is. They've been, I think, caught off guard. I think Inferno regained. They found themselves, like you said, they woke up, and they're showing it right now. Mimic touch goes around the defender. Burf, bit of an awkward touch out, does not find its way through. Really relieved that that one didn't end up in the back of their net. Mimic tries to put this one in though. That's a bit of an awkward interaction in the corner, but it works out. Clear goes away. Sonder tries to get the dunk. Can't find it. Caesar now, pass, middle, doesn't find his way through. Burf gets it around 2. Right in the midfield, Tizzy on his back line and doing what he did in the first game that worked so well. Take it back, take away possession, bait him out. That's 2 players, but it lands right into the lap of Burf, who only goes as far as Checker. Now Tizzy bumped out to play Saunders backward. Caesar will take that 50. Mimic will take that touchdown. Caesar, Checker's there, and 45 seconds left in a 4-0 deficit. Do you think that they have anything that'll get them out of this hole that they're in?
They got to get one right off the kickoff to even have a chance. And Saunders hit server after this, please. I guess they're asking for a reset. But They got to get one, and they don't even get, anything directly off the kickoff. Is pretty much 10 seconds have elapsed. They finally get one, and 3 still left for them to close the gap. But this one,
this is not impossible.
good touch
though.
across. This is not.
This makes it go from 0% to like 2, right? Because 10 seconds for each goal is not ridiculous. But it needs to be really good kickoffs. It needs to be really good challenges like that. 3-on-1.
They can't get it through though. Mimic's last back. Murph turns, but they get the demo. They get the demo. It's done.
Yeah, and
that should kill the clock.
Yeah.
There's not enough time. Mimic has the touch. There isn't enough time. They need one right now. Murph takes it off the head of Sonder and Ferdy. No, he's 40, not 30. 40, 1 second. That should do it.
20.
Flogging it at the ground, and the Inferno will get one on the board and won't be swept as somehow they completely rewrite the script from game number 2.
No idea.
6-0.
It was 6-0 before, and then it was almost 4-0. Burf getting a little kickoff goal at the end almost made it 2. 40 almost made it 2 at the end there. Just shot wasn't quite able to find its way through. But yeah, I mean, Inferno will have it in there. I honestly, to be honest, was being really hard on them those first games. And it's like, oh, why are you so hard on them? They're playing with a Rising Star sub. Yeah, but with the Rising Star sub, they held them to 0-0 for an entire 5 minutes of regulation. And then they just lost in overtime off a kickoff goal. And then all of a sudden, just triple, even with a sub, like, I understand the team dynamic isn't there and the communication might be off, but your entire team going for the same ball in the corner where you shouldn't even really be fully committing anyways, really, and it was multiple times that they had that same issue where everyone's just flat-footed going for the same ball. And that's just not characteristic of these players. And I know they can do more, and they proved it to me. They went out, they won 4-1, and if they want to take it to game 5, then I mean, maybe maybe Rhythm and Bemidji aren't really down for that, because if they do, then we're definitely going to be behind schedule. But
yeah,
it wouldn't be MCS without, well, there was a couple streams where we had all game 5s or all game 7s, and then we were like an hour behind schedule because
I've had that before. We've also been at one point we were 30 minutes ahead of schedule, and then we went to the second to last game and went to game 7, and then we were an hour behind schedule somehow. So I don't know, but 2-1 currently in favor.
It's out of our control. We try our best, but
yeah,
I mean,
we do our best indeed. But going back to the game, should be a blast. One more game for the Inferno to tie up the series at 2 apiece and force the game 5, but they got to get through first, and I don't know what they can bring out currently, or it just seems like they were running on
huge clear. Oh my goodness!
In the first 2 games, it didn't even feel like they were awake. It felt like they were sleeping still. They were taking a nap. They had a snooze, but
I'm a pretty good nap taker.
I'm not good at
avid sleeper.
Naps. I'm bad. I'd rather just sleep. I'd rather just sleep. But shout out V15. Yeah.
Is he looking to find a goal, trying to bring his team into game 5, into the promised land of Champions Field? But yes, Superiors, they're not looking to have it as already a clear, allowed to an early shot. That one's open, Burf. Right off the top left, couldn't find its way through, just a bit wide. 40 keeps the pressure going. That one floating towards an open net. Checker gets there in time. Big dunk. Mimic has no boost. Burf's gonna stay in the box and put it away. And Superiors right off the rip. So much offensive pressure. Sonder with just an amazing play on that 50, and Burf easily gonna just happily take that one and put it away. And all of a sudden now, I think Superiors, I think Inferno kind of just caught him off guard with just that. The game they were playing in that third, they weren't expecting the speed, the pace for them to wake up that much, and I think they're a bit used to it. They're getting their confidence back. They got stunned a little bit, but they're finding their feet back again. And we'll see how that treats them here. See if they can return fire on Inferno and prevent a game 5. But Tizzy's trying his best to not let that happen. Checker with 0 boost, can't make a touch. Burfitt's a beautiful touch up middle. Mimic's gonna meet it though. He gets a beat on Sonder. A bit of an overcommit, open net. Tizzy elects to go for a double tap. 40 goes missing on the backboard. Shot falls through, and Checker off the really good high touch beat from Tizzy here. They tie the game up. 40 just can't get their Burf. Too far out. Checker, good heads up play to see the open and put it away, and yeah, all of a sudden now it's a tie game.
Yeah, it's really important. They don't let the game get away from them, neither of these teams. Obviously, we saw what happened when one team got a lead. They took it and ran with it. And now you see Burnsville starting to get something going, as Duluth has had their momentum completely stalled.
Another one.
And chasing down was Sonder, trying to give him some open space, but Mimic should have a 50 on this. Does. Sonder, what I thought was going to be a good forward touch, was dunked out by Mimic again, and Burnsville hanging on for dear life, trying to force that game 5. It would be huge for their momentum because they're on the reverse sweep chance, and that train is rolling, but they need one to win this game and get to that 5th. And right now, Burnsville, oh boy, that is not one you want to see.
Mimic, Mimic left.
What if he's coming back? I think. No idea what to say.
Huh? I mean, that's not even his ball. His teammate was back post. I mean, he missed the save, yeah, but I mean, he was in a good position for it. He just didn't make full contact with it. But, I mean, back post rotation, it's about as basic Rocket League as you can get. And I mean, 2-1, it's not impossible. Why in the world? I was talking about his mental earlier. I was not expecting it to take this turn. But yeah, no, they're playing it out 2v3. Mimic just dipping, I guess. Just couldn't handle the fact that his teammate didn't get a good touch, and instead of, you know, playing in the game, trying to play it out, you know, 3 minutes left, 2-1. One mistouch shouldn't define your series, but he's letting it. And yeah, that is wild. That is. I'd honestly just say. I'd say disappointing. I'm gonna be honest. That's. You can't.
I'm not trying to rag on him too much.
I don't care who you are. I don't care how much. I don't care how much. I don't care how nice you've been to me. I don't care who player. I don't care if you're a rookie. I don't care if you've been in this league for 5 years. Why are you leaving a game when it's 1 goal deficit with 3 minutes left?
Yeah.
And it wasn't even his ball.
You're down 2-1 too, but that is not a good look, indeed. But
are you kidding me?
Yeah, I guess I guess they're just gonna play it out. I mean, if it's 4-1, if it's a 2v3, I guess they can play it out. But
yeah, I mean, there's no way.
I don't see them winning this even then. But
it's
shout out to Tizzy and Checker for sticking with it.
Yeah, big shout out, especially Checker. He has the sole goal of his team off of the pass from Tizzy. It was those two that tied the game up, that kept it alive, that, you know, made it a tie game in the first place. And I'm really trying to keep my mouth shut here because I know I'm on stream and I know people are watching. I can't be as vocal about some things as I want to be. Is what that one sticker. If I said what I wanted to say, I'd be suspended for 6 months. But I mean, like,
it's a bad look. I don't think it's. You feel bad for Tizzy and Checker, but.
Yeah, the sub up. I mean, they kept the game
you're
close.
You're playing with a Rising Star sub. Shouldn't talk about it too much, but Tizzy's gonna get one, and I'm not saying it's over, but Tizzy with a good possession catches both 40 and Saunders sitting in the net. 26 seconds left, and they're down by 2. Tizzy's he's in chat on his phone saying they're still gonna win. Just believe.
Yeah.
You just wait. I believe in this. I see the chance, but It would take a monumental throw from Duluth.
Rising Star sub, but it wasn't anything crazy bad. There was, again, triple commits, but that's not the sub's fault when your entire team is going for the same ball. You can't blame one person for that. I mean, in this game, he was the person that kept them alive in the first place. That was off a pass from Tizzy. He was there for the shot, and it was a good shot. He did his job as a sub. You can't ask him to build the shoes of Gavalanche. That's wild. You can ask him to just be a solid player. And if he plays like a solid player, then what more do you want? Like, sometimes it is what it is, and especially against Duluth Superiors, who are arguably, well, now they are arguably a top 3 team. It would have been hard regardless. And the fact that they're threatening a game 5, or they did until Mimic just gave up, was, I think, a good performance from the sub. Tizzy stepped up as well, filling more. Everyone on that team needed to fill more of a role than they did. Mimic needed to step up more. Tizzy needed to step up more. The sub just needed to play solid. And the sub played solid. Tizzy stepped up, and Mimic did that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Yeah. We'll try and. I'll just sit here and just get things ready. But obviously up next you've got a good matchup, Ori, a one that we've been waiting for. Obviously it's gonna feature 2 of the best, and one team in particular made a bunch of moves to make it happen, and lo and behold, they're gonna eventually get it. Coming up next, I gotta update the thing really quickly, but and Superiors with a good win there. I mean, still, regardless of the quit, it was,
again, shout out to Tizzy and Checker for staying in there and just keeping their head high.
Yeah, definitely. And you can't, obviously it happens. I mean, mental takes over sometimes, and
I wouldn't say that's just happens moment.
We also don't know,
left.
So we can't assume. He could have had something happen in his room. He could have had something, maybe his internet went out. I have no idea, but it would have said he lost connection. But we don't actually know what happened. But only Tizzy and only Tizzy and Checker would have that answer, and I don't really feel like asking those guys. So, yeah, I gotta obviously check something very, very quickly. But yeah, up next, it's gonna be a really good matchup. What are you looking forward to this? This is our marquee match. This is the one that we've been.
I am looking forward to
forever.
Rhythm maintaining their first place spot in Challenger. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Rhythm right now sitting at number 1. They
we're both
they're 9
in
and
Rhythm.
3. They're 9 and 3 on the season so far. They currently hold the number 1 spot. Number 2, actually, after the scores have been reported, the Mankato Atlas have jumped up in spots. Obviously, that team being Bomber, DeCarlo, and Blueberry, who have looked very, very good on this season and have jumped up all the way up to number 2. They're 9 and 4 on the season as well. And number 8 right now is the Lumberjacks. But the Lumberjacks were the 15th spot. They were almost dead last in Challenger for the longest time. Then they made that giant trade that we saw happen, that came together, brought 2 players who are premier level talent in Calster and Mako into Challenger, and now we're going to see those Titans go up against each other, and Calster's playing his former GM in Dicey. It should be a blast. You've got the Rhythm and Cole Wubik and Dicey against Calster, Mako, and Caesar on the side of the Lumberjacks. All 6 Challenger level players, all very, very good. It's the one that we've been looking forward to the most, Ori. It's my marquee match for a reason. I'm excited to see what happens, and my early prediction is I'm going to go with my Rhythm. I feel like they're going to take it in 5. We're going 5. We are going 5 games. There's no possible way we don't get to any less.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. Are we just hopping ship, or are we just going right into this next one? I mean, lobby's up.
We'll take a small break.
For a break.
We'll take a small break. We'll take a very, 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 very little break while I update stuff. But yeah, no, I think I'm good to go. We'll jump into a very, very short break, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna give me and Ori a bit of time to reconcile before we jump into the next one. But the Lumberjacks and Rhythm, the marquee match is coming up, and we'll look forward to seeing you there.
She found a way into my heart. Oh, oh, she don't make out, no, she make art. And I need a way to treat it, cause I keep getting high off of her. Off of her. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. Back to long nights can get me feeling lonely. Hey. And hearing music that can make me smile. But the way I feel with her cannot be explained. But one thing still remains on my mind. I know that you'd be bad from the minute I saw you. But somehow I keep running back to you. Back to you. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad, bad, bad. I know that you'd be bad. Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the taste so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. We've all been here before. Hand out, she holds. It's feeling like we've been here before. We're both so broke. That's something that'll keep us afloat. Don't walk too slow. We can't keep falling deeper again. Came too close and the taste so far from pure. A rush of blood, but we search for so much more. We've all been here before.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. The marquee match is up and it's ready to go. The Lumberjacks and the Rhythm gonna take the field. Stewie and Ori gonna close out the night, and see on the top left of your screen, Lumberjacks and Rhythm gonna run into each other here in week number 7 of MCS Season 8. It's Challenger, and should be a blast. We've got some very high talented players gonna be on the field. 6 of the best in Challenger are gonna take the field. Ori, my prediction was Rhythm in 5. I don't remember what you said for your prediction.
Rhythm in 3.
Rhythm in 3? You're gonna give him a quick sweep?
Sweep them. Yep. Yes, sir. I think Rhythm.
We're both Rhythm fans because we're players.
Well, we play on the Rhythm. Rhythm Challenger, if you look at standings, is kind of carrying our kind of carrying a franchise.
Low-key, they are carrying our franchise, bro. We are. It's a tough year, Dicey. It's a tough year for the Rhythm. I tell you what.
We need to pick up the slack.
We need to pick up we need to pick it up. They are carrying us right now.
Oh yeah.
We are actually lucky we're not dead last, but looking around the league,
I am.
We're not dead last total.
We're not dead last. Yeah, we're tied.
Looking around the league currently, you have some score reports coming in. Duluth. The big one that I see here, obviously it's 6 p.m. I'll go over the 6 p.m. scores for you first. Mankato, I talked about them moving up. They beat Des Moines in Game 5, which is a huge one because Des Moines made a move. But Brainerd and Fargo. Now, that one was one that I wish we would have watched on stream. That one was a good one because that is 2 top 5 teams. Brainerd number 4, Steelhawks at number 5. Brainerd winning that in 5, and then Burnsville beating Omaha in 3. Hibbing beating Green Bay in 4, which is a big win because Green Bay was just ahead of Hibbing, and now they are tied. The 6:45 slate, Rochester already having their win. Now they're playing here. They beat St. Paul in 4. Minneapolis Fargo waiting on a score for that. I don't know if it's been sent in, but I didn't look at it.
Rochester have a chance to go 2-0 again, which would really
put
help them. Yeah.
And Hibbing beating St. Cloud on stream in 4. And then the only 7:30 we have reported was a Green Bay victory over Bemidji, who are in this match. So Bemidji can go 0-2 on the night, which is super scary. But that would be not a good
big
one,
drop. It's a big drop in standings. It won't at the end of the day affect
screen.
It won't at the end of the day affect too much because at the end of the day, all displacement really does affect your seeding going into the major, and then also your land spot. So if you're not fighting for top 4, as long as you're still in that qualification spot for play-ins, it doesn't matter too much. It does help to have just a higher placement for better seeding when it comes to that time, though. But I mean, if you qualify, you make it to the postseason. That's all you can really ask for. And we'll see what happens. Rhythm really needing this win a lot more than Bemidji do. If they go 0-2, it's more than enough cushion they still have to stay in the Challenger season. Caesar, they play it over. Mako's there. Oh, double tap attempt. Rubik's patient on the backward, waiting for it. Takes it close. Pinch out. No one in the midfield. Caesar, never mind. Caesar, pitch actually goes on target. Doesn't find its way through. Big counter coming out already. More pressure coming out. Rubik again patient on this backboard. Cole. Nice touch out over to Dicey. Is the white foam hat matching his white hair? Oh my! What? That was the most wild angle I've ever seen, followed by the most wild pre-flips they've ever seen, and it was all by the same team. They saved their own wild. I have no idea what just happened.
Yeah, and some more scores coming in. Brainerd beating Chicago in Game 5, so Brainerd going 2-0 on the night and kicking themselves all the way up to 3rd at 9-4. Also, St. Cloud going 0-2 on the night, losing to Des Moines in 4. And then I think there's another one that I didn't write down just yet. But yeah, I think that's all the scores that we have. Looks to be Maulers. Did I write down that score or not? Oh, I did not. Maulers and St. Paul. Okay, that's a 2-0 night for Bloomington. So Bloomington with a 3-2 win over St. Paul. So that's a big win for them because it shoots them up in the standings up to 7th. But Rochester really needing this win to distinguish themselves from Mankato, who have closed a massive gap between them and the second seed, and nipping at their heels right now. But nobody has scored in the opening 2 minutes, Ori, and this is a tough sight to see. But Lubick has a flick on target, and I mean, you see previous premier talent in this lobby, and I mean, that just only raises the roof for expectations for what these teams need to bring in. Cal for 2, gets it across, but couldn't put it on target. The execution just not there just yet.
Dicey. Big touch out. Big clear. Callister is going to keep it in, though. One touch, gets a follow-up. That's all he has. 2 players go on the rhythm, just really securing a clear here. Cole, big bang out, relieving so much pressure. Callister sitting there waiting for it, though. Touch up to himself to the corner. What does he have? Tries to get it around Rubik, but it gets bumped off. Dicey leaving it for Cole. Mako already up in the air. Touch isn't going to be the best, so Cole still managing to stay on this ball. Not having the boost, leaves it up for Dicey. Big beat, bounce down. Who's there? Caesar wins the race to the ball. Rubik centering it again. Trying to catch Bemidji off guard, but can't quite do it. Cole, 50 out. Big pinch. Bounce down. Dicey's there. Doesn't quite get the 50 in. A very similar scenario to the first game 1 of last series, where Duluth and Burnsville went tit for tat and ended up just not scoring in regulation at all.
Yeah, and still looking at things, but Rubik has a chance across the front of the net. That was a demo in the back half, and he's just got free real estate in the corner of the Lumberjacks, who drag themselves through this second series and hopefully get one and win on the board and go 1-1 on the night. But so far it is tough, definitely, for this Lumberjacks team, who's had to deal with some physical play from Rochester. But in the corner, Caesar will touch across, but you see Cole and Dicey, they cover themselves so well. Great pass across. Mako had the shot, but he hits it high. Cal had the turnaround touch and has the dunk across, and Dicey gonna meet with Cal. This Caesar's deleted from the field. Rubik across the front half. Cole has a shot, but Cal spawns in and makes the save. And no team finding the back of the net. This is just a theme for this series, for the night, really. Is game 1s have just been mundane.
And that's really not par for the course, even regardless of what league you're in. Sometimes teams just in that feeling out stage, even if you've played them before in scrims, sometimes it's just different, especially on an on-stream match when you play them in a league game. And neither team really succumbing to big mistakes. We've seen a bit of jitters when it comes to shooting some open nets not finding its way through, but that was very similar to last series. I was talking about jitters. Dicey goes missing, but luckily Cole there to keep them alive. 8 seconds left. Cole might be able to steal this one away. Caesar diving in, makes the save, but it's not over yet. Dicey, 50 in the midfield, goes out to Cole.
Ooh.
Barely just doesn't get to the ramp in time, and oh man, Lumberjacks are counting their lucky stars that they don't find themselves away in regulation, as Dicey wants to put this one away in overtime, but so does Mako. They're dancing around the defenders, but Cole not succumbing to it. Big 50 out middle, no one there. Lumberjacks on the retreat. Dicey has airtime. Fake 50 backboard. Caesar goes missing. Touch out. Cole can't shoot it. Waits patiently. Caesar waiting even better. Dicey beat by Mako in the midfield. Touch out to the corner. Pop up high. Pass getting cut off. Pressure now. Pass back out, but Rubik is there. Over to Dicey. Tries his attempt to the net, but Mako's gonna make the easy save. Rubik now. His turn at the net. Caesar goes missing again. Callister, big 50. Dicey shot goes a high. Had an open opportunity and it doesn't find its way through. Cole trying to salvage it. 1v1. Goes for the air dribble. Maybe a bump play. Doesn't quite find it. And Rhythm showing a surge of offense right now.
And Lumberjacks are hanging on. Cal with the double across. Gets another touch. Cole collects in his corner. You see the comms coming through from the Rhythm. Trying to hang on. And win this game 1 would be huge because they've had the majority of their offensive chances. Rubik stuck in the net. Cole though covers for him. And this Rhythm team's so good at covering for each other. Even when they're in bad spots, they're still there. Cal has a shot. Dicey makes the save. It's not a great one, and Cole covers for it. Caesar
right as you
misses
said.
Across Mako. Across the front of the box. Doesn't have any boost here to follow up. Does have a flip. We'll drop it to Cal. So the shot is on target, and Cal places it well. and the Rhythm are going to take game 1. The Lumberjacks, I'm so sorry.
Lumberjacks, yeah, and no one covering low. 2 players going high there. Cole, just on the rotation back, didn't want to get in the way, but I mean, that's honestly just a good shot from Calcer to put it away where no one was in the net. And yeah, Rhythm, especially in that OT, they had 2 opportunities where the net looked open and it just went wide or just high, and I think that's just one you want back. So much pressure, so many opportunities, and open opportunities at that. Those are really hard to come by in Challenger, and not putting him away just really, really stings.
Indeed. And I mean, it was such a close game. Another overtime in game 1, and now you're looking at how did the Rhythm
0-0
back.
overtime at that.
Yeah. How do the Rhythm bounce back in this second game? Establish some control of the series, and maybe it's through the physical plays like we've been seeing, but again, one chance is all the Lumberjacks need, and they're able to put it away. And this would be a big win for them, gonna kick them up even higher in the standings than they already are. But they haven't lost, I believe, since obviously they just lost today, but they were on a giant win streak, had won a bunch of games in a row after bringing Calster and Mako in, and now starting in this game number 2, you gotta wonder if the Rhythm can come back and get one back on the board and don't face the 2-0 deficit, because Lumberjacks getting that would be huge for their mentality, as they've got a bit of a counterattack on the front half. Cal that's a touchdown. Is anyone there? Caesar is for the cleanup, and it was an awkward play. Calster went for and didn't get it immediately.
Yeah, Cole just barely bounces around his car. He's just not expecting that touch, and I wasn't really expecting it either. It's a bit of a ping pong against the backboard, and leaves an open opportunity for Lumberjacks, and they find themselves up 1-0 in game 2. And like you said, they really don't want to find themselves in a reverse sweep position. I mean, if it was going to be any team to make it, it would probably be the first place team in what is Rhythm right now. But Ubik not looking to have himself go in that position. Double tap off the mark. Cole's shot not there. Calster touch, but Dicey's there for the dunk. Keeps it in. He still keeps it in. Pass. No one there. On Rhythm looking to go for that ball. Calster would sweep that up. Good touch off the corner. Pass. Mako's shot blocked away by Cole. Now Palps out middle. Caesar continuing the offense, but the touch is weak. Now Dicey free ball in the corner. Takes it slow. Has the boost. Touch up. Calster meeting him in the midfield. That demo clearing the line. Cole, can he get back in time? No, he can't. Calster with no boost. He doesn't need any. Puts it away in the open, and 2-goal lead. Very comfortable right now for the Lumberjacks.
And it was Caesar who found that demo and cleared up the line, and he is a previous LAN winner for obviously Dicey winning last season with the Rhythm, and Caesar winning the season in season 5 with the Flyers. Shout out to Prussia for that win in Immortal, but he was so instrumental with clearing the lines for Immortal and Prussia, making sure that they had open opportunities. And we get a shoutcasting for 15 seconds, and obviously, you know, I don't know what we're gonna shoutcast here. I mean, I guess it's gonna go across the net as Calster has a touch. That's on target. Dicey turns it away, able to clear it away from obviously another follow-up Bako to the ceiling. Quick passes. Caesar's gonna be taking the ball away. Here's Wubik and all the way midfield, and no one able to get a shot just yet out of the front of the half, but Cole collects, gets under one, has another follow-up here. It's awkward for Calster, who dunks across the net, and not a lot of touches going in the favor of the Rhythm, as they're down 1 in this game, down 2 actually in this game, as I forgot to look at my scoreboard for a second, and this is one situation that I don't know if they've been in this season.
Yeah, Rhythm being on the back foot in a series, especially after the roster. They didn't even do roster changes, didn't they? They just stuck with the roster, but something happened in that trade window. They turned around their season so much. They're still on that winning streak. They've won at least 5, maybe 6 in a row, and it might be looking to come into a halt. Lumberjacks looking from control of this game. Callister, big play over the midfield, getting around 2 defenders. Cole, big counterattack. Caesar, but this one in his corner, taking it slow. Trying to sell at the clock. Wubik looking to press his team on the offense. He can't find the ways through. Cole trying to bait out Caesar. He's still on the ball. Over to Callister. That shot wide. Wubik, luckily not having to make any sort of save for that one. Dicey, bit of an awkward scrimmage on the goal line. Caesar, no one really coming away from it just yet. Rhythm still on their back foot. Get a clear out finally. They can do on some offense. Callister touch out, keeps it close. Dicey forces a 50. Demo comes through. Mako on the back. Doesn't find the shot through. Wubik, that's just wide, and another open net doesn't fall its way through for Rhythm.
It was a chance. It was close. It was an opportunity off the demo, but it was Cole's shot that I thought should have gone in. I mean, you can expect almost a clear follow-up even after that. Dicey clears long. Cole's already up, looking to drop it down, and they had Rissa originally as their drafted player, and then they picked up Wubik on I believe on waivers, if I'm not mistaken, but they moved on and got a different roster, and it's worked out so far for them, but not in this game, as this is controlled by the Lumberjacks, who have really shut down this Rhythm offense that has been hard for defenses to deal with, as Wubik's been the main culprit for scoring goals for the Rhythm, and they're going to need him here in this series because they're running out of time with only 60 seconds left now. Shot from Cole will step up, and it's not Wubik, it's Cole to do it as he cuts the lead in half.
Wubik's been the main goal scorer, and Cole's been putting up stats in basically every other department, and Dicey's just been doing pretty much a little bit of everything. And yeah, I mean, this is why they're the first place team. They're a well-rounded roster, but they need to show it right now, and they only got a minute left to do it. They definitely don't want to go down. I mean, if any team's going to be comfortable versus sweeping, it's going to be this. Dicey doesn't want to see it. Air dribble, tries to dance it around two. Callister not falling for anything. Wubik looking to play it safely. Trying to collect it. Pass out. Cole. Comfortable possessing the ball even with such little time left. Caesar out in front of the box. Shot. Beautiful read by Wubik. Doesn't really get anything off of it though. Offensive pressure still mounting. They're very comfortable. Lumberjacks are playing this one, just keeping it in Rhythm's corner. Rhythm need to get it downfield, need it quick. They only have time for one last offensive push, and that ball gets killed in the side. Cole doesn't have that much. He's trying to clear it downfield, trying to find any sort of desperation offense. Dicey's there, rolls out middle. Wubik just not enough to him, and 0 seconds of Psycho attempt pops up high. It's not over yet. Callister faking it. Cole not there, and it's just a little bit too short for Rhythm, who do find the first goal of the series, but that's all they did. That's all they could find, and that's not enough.
No, and now staring down a 2-0 disadvantage for this, and I mean, Ori, it's just it's a close series, but it's controlled still by Bemidji, who look better when it comes to their offensive chances, and it's a low scoring affair. I thought it would be low scoring, honestly. I didn't think it would be this low scoring, but still, nevertheless, you see the chances that Rochester are getting. They're somewhat clean, but they're not perfect. But I think that it could be the timing could be a little bit better for the Rhythm, but specifically for when they're giving Wubik an opportunity or when they're giving Cole an opportunity. They gave Cole one shot and he has a clear goal, and now you need to do that just more than once, though. That's the thing. You have to score more than one goal to get that win, because Bemidji, like we just saw, scored 2.
I mean, they had their open opportunities, though, did they not? There was at least 2. I counted where there was no Lumberjacks defender in the net, and the shot just goes wide or high. And that was the same story in game 1. If they converted even half of their open net opportunities, they would have won. They would have just run in regulation. And
it's really just about your consistency, finding those open opportunities when they're there, and getting the better touch that sets up your teammate a little bit better. But I think that Rochester are really knocking on the door to come back and get going in this series, and maybe it's Wubik to do it. But Mako and Callister have really done a great job in this series of stepping up offensively and giving each other chances, as Wubik gets a demo on the back line, but again, going to remove a player, and there's no shot for Rochester. They can't get anything through.
And on these reverse sweeps, you always have to ask, is this team even capable of sweeping the other one? Because you can't really reverse sweep if you can't even start a sweep from 0-0 in the first place. And I feel like Rhythm, again, unironically, have the potential, and it's not any discredit to Callister or any of the players on on Lumberjacks, it's just Rhythm are just such a strong roster, and they are capable of sweeping this team, but they have to show it, because right now they're down 0-2. They're on their last leg. They have nothing to lose. It's a nice touch, and it's just not hard enough, but they still maintain offensive pressure off of it.
And
they're just...
Sorry to cut you off. When Rochester won last season, and when they won the second major last season, and when they won the whole thing, it was Dicey to step up in his gameplay. He was the one putting away a lot of the chances that Wolf and Burf were giving him, but it was him creating more offense as well for his teammates. Do you feel like he needs to be the person to do that at this moment?
Yeah, and I wouldn't even say it's particularly him. Everybody has had open looks at the net. Dicey's had open looks. Rubik's had open looks. Cole, they've all had open chances. Mako has a chance to the net and just pops it over and carries it, puts Blue on top of his car and gets it right over Rubik, and Cole just wasn't expecting that. He just thought he had more time on the defensive line, and that might be all it takes. 3 minutes left. You'll see what they have left in store, but being down a goal in Game 3, trying to come back to reverse sweep is really not a good position to be in.
No, and off the backboard, Mako gets dunked. Front half, Caesar gets a touch forward. Cole is dunked off the cross. And Cal gonna win that challenge. Gets it down to Caesar, who has a passing play here to Mako, but it's gonna go off the backboard. Can Caesar read this? No, he fakes it across, and Wubik is there for the cleanup for the Rhythm. They need to get one on the board here, and Cal with a good touch across will stifle a lot of the offensive possession that Rochester had going, and big miss though from Caesar or Mako across. Is gonna put Cal less back. Wubik has the shot. That's upper top right, top left actually, top right from my view, but it was a great play shot, and he took his time and made sure Cal wasn't ready for it.
That's the Wubik we know and love, slotting away chances like that, and that's what they're going to need in this series, and let's see how long you can keep it up for. He's definitely more than capable of doing it for more than just one opportunity. He has a second one here, puts it himself off the ceiling, double tap attempt, doesn't quite catch up to the ball. Would have been a nice shot. Dicey keeps it in, 50 up. Being hit for Cole. That's a beautiful communication play. Dicey calling himself off the ball. Cole being confident,
what
staying up for it.
What in the world is this?
He ground pitched it.
He reads that. Dicey doesn't make the touch. Cole takes it off of his head and is able to somehow get the ground pitch. Yeah, is somehow able to get the shot through, and good turnaround for the Rhythm. They get 2 straight off the kickoff. Mako looking for a double touch off the sidewall. That was close. Caesar, can he follow up and beat Cole? He can, but Wubik is sitting midfield. A great touch across to Dicey. The 50 going to go in front of the net, and Cole is removed from the field, and will spawn close and get the boost. And somewhat Rochester going to hang on for now, as they've only got sub 2 minutes left to win this game and force a Game 4, and they're well on their way, as Mako's touch wasn't great, but Cal is able to clear the line, and Dicey going to take his time with this one.
Was it but Dicey to be filling, getting back in time to clear that ball, make sure nothing goes awry. Big miss. Mako, though, is ready for it. Alistair, good challenge in the midfield, keeps the ball going. Touchdown, Cole's gonna be there, pouncing on every opportunity. Missed touch. Makes the defender, Mako.
Jesus.
Balls on that man to go for that touch off to his crossbar is wild. Ends up getting away, not unscathed. The pressure keeps mounting, and Wubik will put it away, giving them a 2-goal cushion.
Great shot. Across will get the beat on the ball. 2-goal game. Like you said, 2-goal cushion now for Rochester. 3-1 scoreline now with 1 minute and 18 seconds in Game 3. They're down 2-0 in the series, and nearly getting a goal there. Scal fell on the bump, but the shot wasn't on target for Caesar. Rubik trying to avoid this Bemidji team that is somehow come with a vengeance, chasing demos here on the back line of Rochester. And touch across, possibly. Wubik has a shot. That's on target. And be turned away by Cal into the midfield. It goes right to Dicey, who wasn't ready for the ball to pinch that fast. Caesar passed 2 players. Cole didn't get the corner boost steal. Caesar is doing everything he can to clean up the line of the Rochester Rhythm. I can't speak at this moment, but he's doing everything he can to give Calster and Mako a clear opportunity. And it's somewhat working, but they can't budge through this line of the Rhythm.
Yeah, and Rhythm, they're happy to play this in their corner. They're
Whoa,
up 2 goals this time. Mako's touch goes south, and it's back the other way. Not the way you wanted that one to go. Caesar collecting it off the backboard. Ben, the defensive player, not quite there. Almost pinching it into his own net, but what does it matter? 8 seconds left, 2-goal lead. Rhythm mounting, climbing their way back.
Ooh.
Bit by bit series. They take this game, only making it 2 more that they have to win to come back and win the series. And
Pro Redeem shoutcasting at the end of the game. Lord, come on,
This
man.
is-
What are we gonna shout?
This is the team that I was expecting to see. This is them when they put away their opportunities. This is them when they're putting away their open nets, and
Look at
this
that.
is what happens. They win 3-1.
Mm-hmm. Lo and behold, they win when they hit their shots. Wubik 2 for 5, Cole 1 for 1, and that's all it takes. Dicey doesn't even have to score; gets open opportunities for his teammates. But now, what do you need to do if you're the Lumberjacks to close this one out? Because you don't want to go 5, because we said reverse sweep is on the cards. And Ori, you said it perfectly. If it's a team, they're measured at how well they can sweep the other team, because that's what a reverse sweep takes. You have to reverse sweep. You have to sweep 3 games in a row. And is Rochester capable of that? I believe they are. But any team, really, it all depend on how Bemidji handles this 4th game. If they come out with and get a big lead, then we could see Rochester turtle up and die out. But if we see Rochester come out and get a big lead, Bemidji's got to really focus up and think about that game 5 and get back to what they did in the first 2 games.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're Rhythm, you just want to keep that going. That honestly, the big thing that changed is they just put away their shots. They were on target. They were in a place where they needed to be. They had enough power, and that's just what was missing in those first 2 games. The shots were just off target. They didn't have enough power. They just didn't have enough oomph to them, and they have the oomph to them now. And I think that's going to be enough to carry them out. And so far, it's just what it looked like. Cole, another 1v1 opportunity, goes for the demo. Caesar, good composure on the defensive line, but it only gets them so far. More offense mounting for the Rhythm. Big clear up by Mako. Halts it. Weeks in the midfield to clear it up. Off the backboard, what does he have? Shot blocked away by Caesar, and both teams in this first minute look so evenly matched. As I say that, big miss coming out in the midfield. And a double commit.
They don't score, though. About a minute into the 4th game, Caesar chasing a bump. Cal wins the 50 across. Dicey's last bet gets dunked by Cal. And again, physical play from the Lumberjacks. Reigning supreme as the dunk comes through, but Caesar
is not there.
That is not through. It has an open opportunity, but he can't make it, and that's when he's 100% going to want back, because that was a clean demo on the back line and a free goal.
Now Dicey on the back line has to make the save and does. Any mistake now is costly of your series. That's the one thing about a reverse sweep is if you're going for a sweep normally, if you go behind in a game or whatever, that is what it is. We still have, we're up, 2-1, whatever. But in reverse sweep, if you make a mistake and you can't come back from it, that's it. It's over. And Cole is keeping his team alive with a beautiful save top left. Couldn't have shot it any better.
Ooh.
Mako goes missing. Callister's shot doesn't find his way through. Cole moving with a big beat. All 3 players on Lumberjacks going and none of them making contact with it. Mako keeping it in. Absolute chaos playing out right now in the rhythm defense.
Another save from Wubek. I'm sorry, Lord. What are we supposed to shout? We're already kind of shouting. I'm already loud for my where I'm living right now. It can't be any louder. I gotta remove that channel point redemption. I gotta get rid of that thing. But yeah, no one's scoring in game 4. Halfway done. It's been in the side of the Rhythm, though, for the majority of it. Just finally, Cole gets some form of collection, but it's right back on target off of a bad 50, and Dicey has to play spoiler. Maybe dunked across. Maybe does he have the bump on Cal? It's going to drop straight down. Caesar, though. It was Mako who turns it to the side, and a huge save as Cole bumps Mako off the backboard. Cal makes the touch across. Wubik has a pass to
Beautiful
Dicey.
touch.
Maybe back to Wubik. Mako turns it away, though, as Wubik nearly had a dunk on him, and Cole is last back for Rochester and collects at that midfield line.
You see, as the pressure is mounting, Rhythm actually feel more comfortable passing the ball. Usually you think it'd be the opposite. You get more nervous. You don't want to throw away the ball like that, but that's at the end of the day what it's going to take. Cole on his back line. I thought it was open. Pinch out. Callister's there to collect it. Pop up high. What does he have? Only goes as far as Rubik. Bump on the back line. Mike clears away. Dicey just too awkward. Can't get the ball in time. Rubik liking to keep it close. Zero boost. Gets a faker on 1. Another 50 on 2. Holding on to the ball for as long as he can. Giving his team time. Get the boost. Collect it. Won't matter that much. Caesar's shot on target, but a bit weak. Cole's able to get back there in time. Up to the backboard. Goes to Dicey. Mako's there to meet him in the midfield. Rubik up in the challenge. Gets a nice touch on the ball. Goes out to the corner. Open space now for Dicey. What does he have? Big beat on the defender. High off the backboard. Mako doesn't have to beat anybody with a big demo. Scouts the redirect. Goes high. That would have been an insane goal. Touchdown. Just a bit weak. Cole is going to boom the ball. Just trying to give his team pressure. And a good touch it was. Giving his team offense. Callister touch goes awry. Rubik shot. Just doesn't find it smart. Mako barely able to scramble back in time. Now Caesar, he feels pressure. Rhythm just looks so proactive on offense, ready to pounce on anything.
And this is the last matchup of the night. It's the last one yet to be recorded. All the other matches have been recorded. We'll give you a standings update after this one comes through, but 30 seconds for Caesar. Does he have a double tap? Cole turns it away. Mako maybe on a reset drops it down, but Dicey makes the touch across, and Rochester's defense is bailing them out of this 4th game. Finally, to the Bemidji Lumberjacks make through. The double comes across, but the shot again. Dicey collects, gets bumped by Caesar. Dicey, though, gets a touch across, and Wubik has the touch to the corner. Is Mako there in time? Well, 50 across 10 seconds. Maybe a follow-up from Mako. Dicey's last. It's Caesar nearly dumps him. Callis an open chance. We'll put it with 3 seconds, and Callis ultimately maybe won the game for the Lumberjacks.
Dicey last back. Nobody on the side of Rhythm is even close to being able to get back in time. They were just too far out. And they send numbers at him, and numbers they get as 2 kickoff though. Dicey shot. It's just off, and it was in their grasp. It was close. But at the end of the day, it's only 4 games as far as it'll take him, and 1-0 decided in the last 3 seconds. And what a way to end this night off.
What a win. What a win for the Lumberjacks, who get their 4th and finally able to put the Rhythm away. And that's a big one because the Rhythm were number 1. And with the other games ending like they were, I don't know if they'll stay number 1. That's the thing. Obviously, we had Fargo and Minneapolis. The scores come in. That was a win for the Steelhawks in 4. And Duluth beating Chicago 3-0. And Chicago, I thought they could maybe turn their season around with who they brought in, but they're now 1-12 on the season. And sketchy for them, unfortunately. But final standings update with Duluth's win. They went 1-1 on the night, but they're able to tie Rochester for the lead. And it's actually a 5-way tie for first place.
Jesus
45
Christ.
points each. Brainerd, Fargo, Mankato, Rochester, and Duluth all in a 9-4 record with the same amount of points. The only thing that's splitting them up right now is game differential. Goal differential, sorry. And it's It's 14 for Duluth, 11 for Rochester, 10 for Mankato, 9 for Fargo, and 8 for Brainerd. So that's the only thing that's changing them up, right?
Yeah. And that's what I said. If Rhythm won this game, it was really huge for them because they got that confirmed first place spot. They don't have to split it with anybody else, but now it's looking a little it's too close for comfort right now because you get that 1-goal cushion, you can go even, and even if a team wins 2 in a row, you still maintain that first place, at least with the points, still maintain that spot. But I feel like they need to go 2-0 next week to confirm a first place spot. You really don't want to take your chances of going 1-1. But I mean, again, if any team's going to be able to do it, it's going to be them.
Indeed. And obviously a big win for Bemidji. We're able to get, that one. I think that
we
them
don't
getting that
have
was
any games next
75.
Week.
Yeah, we do not. It is Thanksgiving
break.
But we do have premiere tomorrow which is, you know, a good thing. But this one it didn't reign true to my prediction, Ori, but regardless, still was a great series. It was really, really close, and I just wanted it to be close. That was my big thing, definitely. But
I wanted Rhythm to just win, so I went with the whole 3-0 thing. Didn't work out the best. I mean, it was close. It was close to being a sweep. It's not. It's not towards their end. Yeah, I mean those game twos are so important in these best of 5 series. They can determine so much, and losing, especially that, I feel like that game 1, they just wanted it back. I mean, so many, even in regulation, there's so many open opportunities, just so many missed shots, especially in that OT. They had 2 100%. Opportunities where it was there. They just had to put it away and didn't find its way through. But yeah, recap on the night. What do we have? We have
Mahler's winning that one 3-1, and then Mahler's going 2-0 in the night, beating the Senators in 5, which is a big win for them. But Bloomington going 2-0 in the night, closing the gap. They jumped all the way up to 8th, 7-6, and also Rangers winning that one 3-1. Rangers jumping up to 7-6 as well, in a giant tie with all the way up to 7th, which is the Green Knights. Ignites at 7-6, and Inferno losing to the Superiors 3-1. The huge win ultimately for Duluth, who is all the way up to the top of Challenger, and then Lumberjacks Rhythm. I reported it wrong on me. I thought the names were backward. Here, I'll fix it. Don't worry. I'll fix it. Just give me 1 second. There you go, it's fixed. Lumberjacks beating the Rhythm in 4, and big win though ultimately for the Lumberjacks. But if the Rhythm won that, they would have separated themselves, Ori, in that top spot and been the #1 team, with the only team with 10 wins. And as a result, they're in a giant 5-way tie. We'll see how that plays out, Ori. But that was our night, and Premiere tomorrow. Are you looking forward to Premiere at all?
I work, unfortunately.
Unfortunate. Hey, we all work.
You know I work. I literally sent you a picture of me.
Indeed, you have done that before. I have indeed seen that. But yeah. Lumberjacks and the Rochester Rhythm on stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. That one, the first matchup. So we'll get to see that rematch, and then the big one that everyone's looking forward to is Bloomington and the Fargo Steelhawks taking on each other on stream, and Des Moines Derecho Mankato at 4:30, and then the final matchup is Brainerd and Chicago at 5:15. But a lot of these teams only having one game for the night. Rochester only having one game. They played theirs already earlier in the week. Chicago already playing their one. They beat Duluth in 3. And also Mankato only having one game, and St. Cloud, I believe, rescheduling their match, so only one game. But the big one we're looking forward to is Bloomington and Fargo tomorrow, but 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be lots of fun, and we're
yeah, but those Premier games are always, I mean, they're called Premier for a reason. It's the Premier level games.
They're always the best games. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. We will see you tomorrow for Premiere. It's going to be a blast, 3 p.m. CST as always, and hope to see you there.